Hello, everyone. I'm the Space Quest historian, and I'm sorry for interrupting everyone in the chat. The chat is muted right now because you know what? I'm gonna unmute them so you can hear the chaos that's going on behind me. And they all shut up.
I really like tea and stuffed animals. I don't know.
That's all we've been talking about.
Yeah, tea and stuffed
and as I was saying, I only kill people for sexual gratification.
Gimmick infringement. Wait, what?
Okay, so as you can tell, this is going to be a really rambunctious, fun one. Welcome to the Stop Dying, You Fucking Dick, Steve. Actually, he's not a fucking dick, although I just had to get that in there, because it's so rare that you get to, you know, yell or insult someone who suffers from what is potentially a terminal illness. So, it's always been on my bucket list, and now I've actually done it. This intro got off to a weird start, didn't it? It's all the weird talk that the chat was doing before we went on. Anyway.
Oh, sure, blame it on
Throw
us.
you off your game.
Let's just rewind and do that all over again. Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian. Welcome to
Fuck!
the King's Quest for Steve stream part 2. What we're going to do today is, of course, play more King's Quest games. And the reason we're doing that is because my dear friend, not fucking Dick, Steven Alexander, is very gravely ill. His kidney sucks. I think we can all agree his kidney really does suck. And he's on his, second, third kidney or something before the doctors figured out what the fuck was wrong with it.
His kidneys are already taking the piss, which is kind of ironic, really.
Yeah, it is.
It's not taking the piss. That is the entire problem.
That's the joke.
Something is wrong with this man's kidney. It may or may not involve piss.
Hi, Steve.
Pretty sure it does. But the thing is, the man lives in the United States. These sort of things cost money. They have finally figured out what is wrong with this thing, but the kidney he's currently inhabiting... Actually, that's the other way around, isn't it? The kidney currently inhabiting him is shot.
They say home is where the heart is. I don't think they've ever mentioned about kidneys.
But anyway, it's shot. So what he does need is... I believe it's his third transplant now, but they have figured out what it is. And I'm going to recycle a joke here from the last stream. It is the thing that Dr. House always checks for, and it never is. It is, in fact, lupus. So, what we're going to do here...
Lupus.
Yeah, we're going to recycle a lot of jokes from the previous stream, I can tell. Yeah.
Just jumping in there quickly.
So what we're going to do is, of course, raise money for the poor lad. You can go to bit.ly/stopdyingsteve. Remember the capitalizations, because if you don't hit capital S, D, and S in that URL, you will be taken to a scammer's site. So please don't give that person money. Go to the GoFundMe page and throw whatever you can at good old Steve. Hold back the deluge of, I don't know, what's it, the Twitch word, cheers and whatever, donations, all
Bits,
that.
isn't it?
Bits, whatever it is. Hold them back, throw them all at Steve. All at Steve, because Steve is a good man and we need more bearded fun people.
Everyone stick your bits into Steve's face.
And as you can tell,
coming at the right time.
Yeah. And as you can tell, we have a wonderful...
Can I just check very quickly before we start? This is the second attempt at this, so if this one goes well, does that basically mean that Steve will be immortal?
Yes, we already fixed everything wrong with him in the last one.
Responsibility for that. I've seen how it works in many movies, and I might, if that is the case, I might have to join the side of the lupus.
How did you find it? Wow.
Well, as you can tell, we have a
monkey's paw or something.
A rambunctious chat going on today. I'm going to run through each of them. If you could, well, I know I'm going to say your names. I was going to say, can you say your name and a quick quip about yourself? But it would be pointless for you to say your name after I've just called you out, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to start from the top. You are all in alphabetical order. So I'm going to start with Pete, as I've been instructed to call her Pete. This is also Monster, by the way, but I'm going to call her Pete from now on. How are you doing?
Everybody calls me Pete. I'm doing great. Hello.
Hey! Also Monster. Very good at... Oh, sorry, Pete. Very good at drawing. Draws fantastic cartoon gore. And we shall be seeing more of that.
I do my best.
In an upcoming game. We are making more games together. Don't you worry.
Yes.
But... this is neither the time nor the place. There are kidneys to save. Next on the list is G Crusher, Admin, and Innuendo Bunny Extraordinaire. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here again.
Yay! So glad to have you here. G Crusher is the admin, not the admin, he's the moderator over on the SQH Discord, and also knows a wink when he sees one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And next up is my good friend and perennial SQH stream participant, Mr. Gemini Does Games.
Why is she Pete? I'm so confused. Oh, hi.
Explain.
Like you said. Don't. I would probably get more lost.
Yes. Gemini, you've heard his voice many, if you've watched any of my streams anyway, you have heard Gemini's voice many, many times, and he's always good fun to have. And last stream, he was actually sort of the kind of unwilling secretary of the whole thing. And I will get into that, how and why, just after we do the introductions. But are you willing to carry on the mantle that you yourself left?
Hi.
Konnichiwa. No, wait. Arigato. And that is the extent of my Japanese. Next on the list, we have the menace from Scotland, who is, I'm told, wearing a stylish black cocktail dress. It is Mr. Ikifu himself.
Hello.
Hello.
I had to look over in the Discord window because I was absolutely sure that was just Gemini doing Ikifu's voice, but no, that was Ikifu.
I mean, that is exactly what I sound like. It was a fantastic impression. No, I just couldn't think of anything funny, so.
All right. Well,
thinking.
I will proceed to rub your ego for a bit. Ikifu does great point-and-click reviews on YouTube. Sadly, he does not appear on camera anymore, so we cannot marvel at the fascinating sight of his beard. But he is a real person. I have seen him in my dreams over on youtube.com/Ikifu. Oh, and I forgot.
Start.
Oh, I will. Gemini also has a channel, youtube.com/Gemini Does Games. It's kind of long, but yeah, it's what it is.
It's accurate.
It's accurate. He does games. Sometimes with the lights out, but I don't think he streams those. Anyway, moving hastily on.
I can if you want.
Next on the list.
It's a joke about fucking.
It is.
It doesn't work as well now that downloads don't have a hole in the middle.
Okay, moving. I mean, this is a perfect lead into the next illustrious person on the list, who kind of cheated by putting himself lower down on the list for some reason, because his username starts with an M, even though his name starts with a K. It is, returning from last stream, the one, the only, the almighty music maestro, Mr. Ken Allen himself. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
So good to
E equals MC squared.
Yay! Wait, what? What does that have to do?
I just want to sound smart. That's all that came to mind.
Oh. Well, you certainly succeeded in...
You certainly sound smart, relatively speaking.
Well,
I get away with thinking you get away with that.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, Mr. Ken Allen has composed the music for many a Sierra game, as well as other companies. But, I mean, we're playing Sierra games today, so those are all that matter right now. Did you ever do any music for any of the King's Quest games? Like on the sly, or music editing or anything?
I did the remake of King's Quest 1, which many people hate, but I love.
Oh, the SCI one.
I did about the SCI one. Right. And I also did about half the music score for KQ5. And I guess we're going to start with KQ6 today, so I'm completely in the dark. I've never played it. This is all new territory for me.
Oh, and
be gentle.
I will do my best. And we did actually see your name in large printed letters when I played the SCI version of King's Quest 1 the last time. So sorry for blanking on that one.
No worries.
And before we move on, yes, also eminent voice actor and the person behind that immortal line from King's Quest 5, "No more for today."
No more for today, yes.
It will cost you 1 coin to see Madamushka.
That'll be on my tombstone, I'm sure.
I'm King Graham.
Ken Allen lies here in peace. No more for today.
Actually, that's not a bad epitaph. Next on the list is also a person you may have heard on previous SQH streams. No, Manalchiba in the chat says "Girl in the Tower." No, that was not him. was Mark Siebert. Anyway, just
he looks really good in the game.
yes,
Sounds like Mark's. I mean, his music has a very specific sound.
It's
to
got
it.
us. I mean, you
Very Mark Siebert.
you listen to that, and then you listen to the closing credits to Phantasmagoria, and you go, "Yeah, that's the same dude. Absolutely."
Yeah.
It's just anyway. Only sort of halfway through the introductions now. Next on the list is a man you have heard many times in. Well, actually, not many. A few. I can count them on two hands. Anyway, he's been in the SQH streams before. He is a dog. He is made of pickles. Hello, pickle dog.
Hello. I have a shag rug named Steve.
Really? Oh, things are heating up. I wish we were on camera for that one. and how are you doing? Are things good down in South Africa?
I'm doing well. I'm in California, although I'm from South Africa.
Oh, there we go. Okay. See, I actually knew that, and I blanked on that one as well. Things are off to a fine start.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Okay. So basically, I was.
While we're at it, I'm not in the Highlands either. Didn't mean to tell you that.
Well, I kind of knew that too, but the only thing I know about Scotland is it has rolling hills and some place called the Highlands, and Sean Connery apparently putters around up there decapitating people left and right. So that's just roll with it. I'm a Viking.
We've been meaning to talk to him about that. Bad for tourism.
Well, at least he's not
the Spanish feel.
I think you should let him. I mean, as long, if tourists sort of wander up there, it's their own
tell
fault.
James Bond what to do. Nah, probably not.
Well, you can tell him
He's doing his bit for zero population growth.
Yeah. You can tell him to stop hitting his wives, though. But if you let him loose and start decapitating
nice.
tourists, then I guess that's time spent not hitting his wives. So that's good.
Less of that.
Less of that.
None
please.
of that, preferably.
Good. So that's current affairs in Scotland and South Africa out of the way. And
we have to think of something else now, because I can't take the takeaway from this being the association of Scotland and beating wives. That's not allowed.
You make excellent.
Let me tell you about the wild haggis. Now, those rolling hills we talked about.
If you're gonna batter something, batter a Mars bar.
How about whiskey? You do fine whiskey. I mean, okay, so there's
somebody battered whiskey, probably.
Battered whiskey. Kilts.
Don't batter a maniac! Come on.
This just turned into the weirdest sort of national Mad Libs ever. People just shouting out weird Scottish things.
I haven't even got the full way through the voice list.
I know. Oh, one thing Scotland does have is the lead singer to the band Ladytron. There you go. That's a good thing. Never kick her out, please.
And accordingly, the Scots destroy everything they touch.
Ah, yes. Richard has listened to Ladytron. Oh, incidentally, the voice you just heard is next on the list. He is probably Richard, but I do know for a fact that he is in fact famed journalist turned game writer for Wadget Eye Games, of all places.
As long as the Kickstarter goes well.
As long as the Kickstarter goes well, yes. But it's the man, the myth, the legend himself, Richard Cobbett.
Hello, and I want to go to a land beyond dreams. Wait, I woke up. I think I've done it.
Oh, we're about to go on a journey you cannot escape. It will be a fantastic nightmare. Well, you could technically just close the browser window, but I will not let you. And rounding out what we used to call the Drain Cleaner Society, if you've ever watched the Phantasmagoria videos that I did, Richard was on those, and another person, and I've been practicing this all day.
Oh, I'm excited.
Let's
everyone quiet. Let's see if you can do it.
Joining us is from a bathtub, I'm told. Is
No, I'm from my bed. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't have said that part.
getting up.
Sleep in a bathtub? What?
She got up very early this morning
everyone.
to be with us, all the way from Australia. And yes, we will quiz her on current affairs in Australia in just a moment. But it is, in fact, drum roll,
Where do you want to start?
Natalie Uhash.
Oh,
Almost.
no, where's the R coming from?
There was no R in there. Uhas.
You said
Uhas.
you harsh.
Wait, no, you did.
It's like Uhas. Uhas.
No, there
There
was
you
no
go.
R.
There you go.
All right, the first one was
It's
kind
like you has cheeseburger. Just think of that.
Uhas.
No, that's wrong though, Rich.
Yeah.
You're the one leading him down this path.
Earlier today, actually, on Twitter, there was one of those quote tweets going around. What annoys you most about your name? And Natalie obviously said, "Well, no one can pronounce my last name." So on the spot, I have renamed her Jumanji, and will continue to call her that for the entirety of the stream. So good to see you, Jumanji. Right?
Very much.
Is that a name for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind?
Yes.
The plunk mate.
For a second, I thought she was just ignoring me, although that might actually have been the case.
No, I was just coming up with a new last name for you. You're now Mr. Plunk Mate.
I am okay with that, surprisingly.
Just to clarify, plonk meat.
Yes,
Plunk
Plunk Meat.
So basically, alcoholized.
I think that doesn't need any discussion. Yeah.
Nope. Change approved.
Trolls plunk meat.
Trolls plunk meat. All right, cool. I can roll with that. So everyone has a fancy name, and we are indeed ready to get started with King's Quest. But before we do that, I'm just going to. I have a pleasant announcement for everyone, and that is the last time we did this, we had a bunch of Steam keys and not GoFundMe keys, Humble keys and stuff, all manner of bountiful things. And we actually didn't get rid of all of them. So there will be strange little competitions for these Steam and Humble keys and whatever we've got. To reiterate what keys we do have, let me just list the fabulous prizes to be won on today's stream. You can win a game called Corrosion. It is a horror game, I'm told. You're in a dark basement, and then stuff happens. Anyway, we've got 2 keys for Corrosion.
You said it so well.
Yeah, well, I haven't played it. I looked it up, and it looks like a fun game. So if anyone knows it, of course, you can enter that competition and win your prize, or you can just take a chance. It's a free game after all, and 2 of you can win that free game. We also have a key for Broken Age on GOG, which is a game I would imagine you would know about. Anyway, it is Tim Schafer's fabulously kickstarted masterpiece. That is not Day of the Tentacle, or Full Throttle, or Grim Fandango, or any of the other masterpieces that he has made. And we also have a key for Hero U, the fabulously priced new game from the Corey Cole and Laurie Cole, the Coles. Oh, Jesus Christ. The Coles, yes. The creators of Quest for Glory. We have a key for that as well on GOG. And we also have, and this is going to be of particular interest to the Drain Cleaner Society over here, we do have keys for not just Phantasmagoria, but Phantasmagoria 2 as well. So fun stuff to be had there. And we do indeed have a key for the Space Quest collection on Humble Bundle. So, fun times indeed. And to win these fabulous prizes, of course, we have some competitions. And I will be doling out these competitions. They're mostly just, say something silly in the chat, and the person who makes us laugh the most wins the key. And we will get into those in between the games that we're going to play. And that was, in fact, the reason why I asked Gemini if he could act as secretary for today. How are you doing, Miss Moneypenny? That got weird. Yes.
We all get a fancy name. Just roll with it, okay?
I just wanted everybody else here secretary for today.
I just love the fact that I'm the only one on camera, so everyone who's watching the stream is just having to go by the voice, and it's going to get even more confusing if I don't call you by your actual names. So, cool on that. Anyway, what we're going to do today is pick up where we left off. We left off with King's Quest V. We played both the NES version and the actual PC version, with the inimitable Josh Mandel avoiding poisonous shakes. Yes, he went to Starbucks, I guess.
He's
got a shake. No, Cedric, I asked for strawberry, you little feathery shit. That kind of thing.
I prefer the first version, poisonous shit.
Graham, that's not chocolate.
Oh God! But it does have some very nice chunks in it. But anyway,
note to self: don't cough in the middle of a Cedric impression.
It depends on what you're. Never mind. So we're going to pick up with King's Quest VI, which I'm told is actually not a terrible game. So yeah,
this is actually the one King's Quest I think is genuinely good.
Jerry's going to be out on that one.
Me Too movements would be a bit against it these days.
It has
woman.
Well, it has problems. But I think of all of them, it's the only one I think for me, the big thing about King's Quest 6 was the other ones didn't do, is it actually creates a world. Whereas the other ones are just stuff kind of sort of stuck together. Whereas it actually feels like a coherent place with its own history and story.
Well, now, one thing that struck me as we were playing the previous games in the series, especially the first 3, and quite particularly the first 2, in fact, was that it sort of felt very open world-y. I'm used to the Space Quest games. The Space Quest games sort of lead you on a string, for better or worse. I mean, you don't have a lot of places to go. Mainly, you're just trying to escape deathly situations. And indeed, so you do the same thing in King's Quest 1 and 2, but there's like this big open world for you to go and explore and get killed by pushing a rock the wrong way and stuff like that.
I mean, to an extent, they're kind of, a bit like what LucasArts would like to codify with the 3 trials. Because both ways basically do the 3 things. You get the treasures, get the keys to the door, whatever. It's just that the puzzles don't really kind of interlock. Whereas when you get to 3, that's much more of a linear thing. 4, it feels more open, but it kind of, you still got to follow a fairly straight path through it. And then obviously 5 and 6 are kind of much more, linear games. But I think that just in terms of worlds, like, if you play kind of King's Quest, it's like, well, here's the Wicked Witch, here's the 3 Bears, here's Dracula. There's no sort of sense that Daventry has much of an identity of its own, whereas the Land of the Green Isles absolutely does. It feels like a coherent place.
Oh, it's just
still neither have much population. No one really lives there.
The only things living.
Stores. What more do you want? You could buy stuff from the pawn store. You can go to the bookstore, and also sometimes the guy's there to sell lamps. What more do you want?
There's no place to buy food. You know, that doesn't matter. It's fine.
I like to think the food is just they wait for the next adventurer to come along and be killed, and then just grab a fork.
They're all cannibals on the Land of the Green Isles.
Well, they're mostly dogs. I mean, they're probably okay with it.
That's true.
Before we start King's Quest 6, let's just throw a key out there. So if anyone wants to win, should we just throw out a corrosion key for this one? Or actually 2 of them. So we start off light and then we get to all the fun things. Hi Iavonix in the chat, by the way. Everyone's saying, it's Iavonix. Hi Iavonix. I've actually invited her to the voice chat. I don't know if she's going to show up. Maybe not. Anyway.
And while we're at it, we'll say hello to Papaya as well, because that'd be unfair otherwise.
Oh, yes, Papaya is there as well. And a bunch.
Yay, Papaya!
Bunch of cool people. Sariar, Summer, Lucy, Dan, everyone's there. 37 people. Dad!
I'm not trying to play favorites or anything. I'm just pointing out the ones I actually know.
People, we have the special YouTuber Adventure Roundtable greeting that we do. I've just invented it 5 minutes ago, but
I was gonna say, we do?
Yeah, we don't actually. Yar. Dad. All right, to win a key for Corrosion, the horror game, 2 of you can win.
Yay, Metal Weaver's here. Sorry.
You have to.
Oh, look, Space Quest Historian.
Yes, I'm here too. You have to type something into the chat, and Gemini will be keeping an eye on the chat as we play along, hopefully. To do this, answer the following question. You are in a dark basement. Cedric the Owl is tied to a chair. You have a box of power tools. What do you do? Funniest answer wins. Funniest or most interesting answers, plural, win a key to Corrosion on Steam. So, let's get started. I hope this actually runs the way it's supposed to. Let's click start, see if this... Yay! It runs! Oh my god, it's loud. Oh, Jesus.
Jokers to the right.
That's exactly in my head. I'm singing "Stuck in the Middle with You."
Stuck in the middle with Cedric. My answer, by the way, is use the power tools to get the door off its hinges, because clearly I've been locked in here by a sadist. And
all right, so
what are you going to do with that chainsaw? Ooh.
That sounded like
that tickles Graham.
Either he was high or
get Graham.
Sorry, this is just reminding me of when, I don't know, I was like 12 or something, we got a hold of somebody's Tickle Me Elbow, and we were just beating.
Tickle Me Elbow?
I've been drinking.
Good man.
Tickle Me Elbow. We were
If this is the CD version, we probably have to shut up for the dialogue.
Oh my god, Alexander's staring at his mom's crotch. Oh, just thought I'd announce that.
Son, it's been months.
Oh, I remember seeing the rolling demo to this.
You only met her that
You basically...
I had the demo on a cover CD once. It was literally just this, and at the time it looked incredible.
It did look incredible. It's playing in a very tiny window. Do not adjust your set. It's supposed to do this. It's actually... Isn't it FMV they're playing?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because it sort of artifacts whenever they move. Yeah, there you go. Why is...
Sorry.
Why was he having...
The last time I heard the words rolling demo used in any kind of publication. He just stares
I think it was
at
the
asses
first
and
time.
walks away.
I think it was the first time that Sierra used full motion video. It was in this opening.
Yeah, I think so too.
I seem to remember that Cocktail Vision was expressly acquired by Sierra to acquire their FMV technology, because Sierra didn't have, like, proprietary FMV compression. So they basically just bought a company that had.
Which is kind of weird, it's just everybody else thinks it's just use Smacker. And, it works fine.
Nah, because Smacker files you can just read off the CD and basically spoil the game for you.
Oh, I'd hate to anyone to spoil this epic story.
Oh, yeah.
Come quick.
Hey, we can pan the camera, let's do it extensively!
Can I just point out that this is what I want to say about this sequence is how often he's used that magic mirror and kind of gone, oh, she wasn't in the bath.
You're in the mirror.
Does Alexander never blink?
He's a prince.
He's a prince, you don't have to blink.
Alexander, you really go?
Also, I have a bunch of questions.
Alexander, it's my turn to have an adventure.
Next time, Mother, next time.
I have a bunch of questions about why there's a magic mirror hanging, but I assume that's one of the treasures we picked up in one of the previous games.
It's been there.
It's always been there.
It's been there since the beginning.
What do I care?
The mirror's also what tells Graham to go chasing after Valanice in King's Quest.
So it's basically Tinder for the medieval fantasy age. That's just an extremely horny mirror.
Right.
Genesta uses the mirror to talk to Rosella in King's Quest 4.
Which is just another form of hooking up. Let's be fair.
Yeah, let's be fair.
They are really excited about this 3D model of a seagull that they've done.
Yes.
I mean, that went on for quite a while.
I quite like the frozen
Chris
water.
Brayman.
It's like, if we move the camera fast enough, it'll seem to be animated.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker! I'm the only person on this. Is he?
Oh, no, he has a crew. He has
Where?
And they will be mentioned exactly once after the rest.
Were they all banished to the lower decks?
Mentioned right at the end of the game.
Well, yeah, when they show up. I mean, when you actually kind of play together, it's like one line of, oh yeah, your crew got outsiders.
Hey, there's a fucking seagull on his neck. What the hell? Is it? No, that's a scarf. Oh, I thought
he couldn't afford a parrot. Okay.
He's got 2 scarves on.
Thank God it's not that fucking owl.
Got 2 scarves on.
Cut to.
It's the same scarf. It's just one half of it is that blue color and the other half is that yellow.
I like the idea of you can just.
I should impress Kazima with my puffy shoulders.
Oh, there they are! It's Rotund Man and One-Eyed Man and some dude who's half the size of everyone else. Cool.
Yeah,
what a motley crew.
Fun fact, these are the guys who didn't get the gig in Monkey Island 1 to be sitting around in the town.
Yeah, they kind of do look like it. Manalchiba in the chat says they're rowing, I'm sure of it.
Rocking, don't come a knocking.
Who's rowing?
Nears the shore. Day turns to night.
I don't think anyone. I think that they're using the wind to propel them.
Yeah, and there seems to be an awful lot of it. Yes.
Meanwhile, we discovered how water works.
Oh god, no, we're sinking very rapidly.
How violent it is.
This boat was apparently just made of sticks and spittle.
Wasn't bad enough that the waves were going completely over the ship, but no, we've hit a rock now.
I think the nice question is they'll try and kind of pass it off, saying that the waters are just impenetrable, the land between Isles have been sort of sailing. I don't think it's just that Alexander really sucks at sailing, and everyone's just too.
Well, he clearly does. All he does, he's got a.
Ever started?
he's got a pair of binoculars and a pigeon crapping on his shoulder. I mean, that's not sailing. That's just. Hey, I'm
well, in fairness, he grew up being sort of taught by the best. No, wait, I mean as a slave to an evil wizard who lived inland.
Hey, round of applause for Jane Jensen. Her credit just appeared on screen. Yeah. Well, it actually
dialogue and judging from the design, basically everything else you're about to see.
Yes. I mean, I'm kind of surprised actually that they gave her credit for game design. I thought it was sort of an Sierra standard around the time that you were moonlighting for Roberta. You did a it even says text and dialogue, Jane Jensen. Yeah. She wrote the entire fucking thing.
But the thing is with this one, like unlike like Police Quest 3, you can totally see that it's Jensen's design because Roberta never designed anything like this before or after. And you know, it just the way that the story kind of sort of layers itself over, the attempt to kind of create a world, like it's so clearly a Jensen design. And you go from this to King's Quest 7. And I'm not saying King's Quest 7 doesn't have its charms, but design-wise, it is way inferior to this.
Well, I think what's it called? I'm not sure. I think Lorelei
Shannon was the credited co-writer. Yeah.
So it was a very different writing style between the two of them, so it makes sense.
But I've been kind of more. It's also the right. It's more like the philosophy of it. Which is that Roberta didn't really do stories of this kind.
Didn't really do stories in the first two King's Quest games at all.
She sort of did premises. It'll be like an introduction thing, and then kind of sort of jump into the puzzles. Whereas this one is very much like an adventure game design in ways which when you kind of again like Police Quest 3, when you play them and then you go and do something like Gabriel Knight, you kind of sort of see the fingerprints quite clearly. Police Quest 3 especially, because even though it's officially Jim Wall's, the actual design of it, the supernatural elements, the way the characters are kind of built up, that's so Jensen.
Wait a minute.
So Jensen.
A Police Quest game with supernatural elements, what
Police Quest 3 is about tracking down a satanic cult. And,
and it turns out they actually have a hotline to Beelzebub or whatever.
No, they're just selling drugs, but they have that like screen maps where they plot their murders, based on whether it looks like a pentagram or not, and for no apparent reason.
Oh, excellent. Drawing our attention back to the game that we're currently playing, one thing that fucks me off right at the start is how they've switched the icons around. So I'm used to a Sierra game. You right-click once, turns into look. Right-click once again, turns into use. And they've switched those two around. Was there any fucking reason for that? I mean, I know it's a minor...
in the first place, so it's much of a muchness to me.
It's a minor thing, I know, but I mentioned this because early today someone was showing a screenshot of I believe it was a Day of the Tentacle fan game. Not the one that I just played, a different one. And they had the 9-verb LucasArts interface. However, they sort of jumbled all the verbs around. So all of a sudden, use was the top left one, and it just messes with my head when they do that. And similarly, this does.
And coming from Leisure Suit Larry 5, there's no zipper. How are you meant to solve puzzles without the zipper?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, there is a zipper in Leisure Suit Larry 5, isn't there?
There is.
No.
But there isn't in this.
No, he's talking about here.
Oh.
He wants Alexander to have a zipper.
Oh, right.
Alexander opens his magic flies.
Yeah, all right. Alexander's totally not thinking with his dick right now.
Wait a minute, you can talk to inventory items? Okay, I want to do this.
Yes.
You can, although most of them have anything to say.
What do you do with your inventory items?
Every once in a while I just pick up my keys from my pocket and go, so how you doing? And then they go, stop it, we can't actually talk, put us back. And then I check myself into a doctor. I have reached a fork in the road. Do we go to the town on our left or the mighty castle on the right?
Well, the story is to the right. The story is to the right.
The story leads...
Adventurers always go left.
Yeah, that's
right. Left is the way of evil. Did you never watch Nightmare?
Okay, I'm going to listen to the people obviously leading me astray and go right towards the castle.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. It just depends on when you want to try.
I like that you kind of walk and it turns out there's a cliff and you sort of falls to his death, and it's like, sucker.
From what I've been told, King's Quest 6 has a lot of optional story content. I think in the advertisement they even said like 60% of the game was entirely optional.
The second half, there's like two paths: a long path and a short path.
Right.
If you take the long path, it leads to a happier ending. But it's basically the same gist of it. Well, we're not like to finish it, so we'll just spoil it. Basically, Cosima's parents are dead, and on the long path you go to Hades, effectively.
You get her parents back
to get them back. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. It's taking obsession to a whole new height.
I mean, I would say that qualifies. That's, I mean, most people would just get her a blender or maybe a nice ring or something. But hey, I brought back your dead parents. Oh, did you really?
It's a power move.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it just looks like you dug them out of the ground. But no, wait! I've got a resurrection spell. No, you don't. You're just waving your hands over my dead parents.
Yeah, I think the funniest thing would have been that if he'd gone to all that trouble, he'd resurrected and kind of brought them back, saves the kingdom, and they're just like, "Oh, my dear, this boy's a little bit creepy. we don't approve. We're grateful."
It's not you. It's just I've got a very busy life.
We looked at the history on his magic mirror, and we've seen some shit.
I don't need a new jacket.
Facebook profile.
I like the white color of the jacket you're trying to put me in, but really, I don't. It is very comfortable. All right, I
will say the long part. Probably my favorite game is the stuff in Hades. Because it's really weird.
I like weird.
Yeah. Definitely that.
I said unnecessarily. I'm talking to dogs right now, and this is somehow not weird enough. I mean, this kind of smacks a bit of Inherit the Earth right here. What are we doing?
I mean, the trouble with the dog is they hired them to be gentle bodyguards, but it turns out they're a bit rough.
Rough. Oh, God.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree with that one.
I just love that you can get to the end of this game and, like, Cosima's just like, "Oh, you're here. I didn't know you were here?"
I'm guessing. I wasn't really. I wasn't really paying attention.
You should have creepily sent me some more presents. Show them your ring.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I wasn't actually paying attention. But I'm just gonna show them my ring.
To show his royal insignia ring.
Get married.
With all his papers lost in the shipwreck, did he bring his fucking birth certificate or something? I mean, shit.
Calling card.
Why would he have one?
Yeah.
He was kidnapped as a baby.
Well, they retroactively gave him one.
Maybe, yeah.
If you could just inform he went back home, so that would have been like, "Here's your document, boy."
Maybe that could be just like this little CV. I spent several years as a slave to Banana.
Now I've got that one.
Through a far-off kingdom. So everyone says.
Everyone says they're Prince Alex of Daventry. That creep gets around so much.
Look on the horizon, all right? You see that big stone thing? That's me. That's me in stone, for God's sake.
This
money is from my kingdom? That's me.
Majestic-looking creature.
A majestic-looking creature, and this weird poodle monster just walked out of the fucking gates. Oh dear God!
Adorable.
Why do they paint his portrait in
my belly?
No, do not. Oh, that's good. Oh, behind the ears. Oh, you can have my kingdom. They painted his portrait in the wrong color, or either his sprite or his portrait.
Yeah, that in the regular VGA version, it actually looks like his sprite. I'm not sure what happened.
Has this got the high res?
Yeah, it's the high res.
Hey, that's Josh Mandel. Josh Mandel. Well, technically, it's him digitized.
I like to imagine they just slammed the door on that dog's face. It's like, oh, okay.
You're not supposed to get in here. The grown-ups are talking.
Can I, by the way, ask? Has anybody worked out who the villain is yet?
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it's Josh Mandel over here. And that actually, if you're wondering, if anyone out there is wondering, that is actually Josh Mandel digitized with his shirt off, and apparently the Doom guy's IDDQD eyes.
Has my gratitude. And that of the entire kingdom.
What's going on in this scene? And why is Doggy Poo just half unsheathing his sword? Is he just?
He's never going to put that away, is he?
Basically, what's going on is that Alexander comes and said, "Hi, Cosima said that I could come and see her whenever she wants." The vizier goes, "Yeah, sure she did." However, unfortunately, her parents have died in mysterious circumstances.
I killed them! Oh, wait, did I say that out loud?
and she's having to stay in her room to mourn them until she marries me for reasons which make total sense when you look at my sexy beard. P.S. Fuck off and go home.
Okay, so he's the bad guy. Earlier,
even though you don't have a ship.
Earlier you were saying, "Oh my God, can anyone identify the bad guy?" I think I just found him.
Yeah, he's got the beard of evil.
Yeah, he certainly does.
Which is always evil.
He's got the whole Ming the Merciless vibe going around.
I'm pretty sure you have to at least kick a puppy before you even become a vizier.
He's got a puppy already. I'll bet he kicks him when we're not looking.
I trained under Jafar from the Prince of Persia games.
That's why he hasn't unsheathed his sword yet.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, the villain is Alexander.
Our marriage is
Why is Alex...
This game is great, by the way, for the putting the crown on people's heads during boring conversations.
Yes, I love doing this.
That's my favorite.
And I'm doing it right now.
further embarrassed.
I'm king now. No, wait, I'm king now. Now Josh Mandel is king. I'm going to shove this crown up your nose, little puppy. There you go.
Yeah,
Snip,
the
snip.
villain, however, is totally not
I have a crown for a crotch.
back there.
Now Alexander has a crown for a crotch.
He's married to Jola.
When I put the crown icon over the crotch of someone, it just looks like it's censored. So I'm just picturing Alexander whipping out his cock while the vizier's talking.
Well, given how desperate he is,
That's a power
I wouldn't entirely rule it out.
Would advise against that.
That's why we don't have a zipper command. He's just
Can I
hanging
put it-
dong all day.
I just can I, by the way, that I hope everybody saw the sparkle in the genie's eyes there, because that will be important.
Oh, so he has sparkly eyes. Cool.
He has sparkly eyes. That will be important.
Okay, that's why I skipped the rest of the dialogue. That went on for a while, didn't it? I even have the speed turned up, but
that is basically the only story for the other 10 hours or so. But it is kind of important.
All right. Oh well, that's why we've got you guys in the chat to help me figure out stuff that I can't be bothered to read or listen to. Also, I can't hear the fucking dialogue, but that's on you guys. Anyway,
It's a shame because again to drop my sort of cynical, jokey thing for it. This one actually had really good voice acting for the time.
From what I can hear, it actually does. Yeah.
The Sierra's early games were just kind of the sort of standard early 90s getting everyone in the office to record it thing. No offense to Ken. But this was one where it was like, we're actually going to hire...
more for today.
This was we're actually going to hire actors, and so the main character especially, they actually spent some time trying to find someone who would sound good.
Well, they did put an awful lot of resources into it was Sierra's most expensive game up until that point, wasn't it? I mean,
and very visibly so.
And giving new lamps in exchange.
And
I mean, to me, this was basically with King's Quest V, and I'm very mean to King's Quest V because it amuses me. But it did obviously look beautiful for the time, and I kind of think that was sort of like the tech demo of what they could do with VGA.
Yeah.
King's Quest VI was now we're going to do the same thing for design.
Actually, we can put that question to Mr. Ken Allen, who was around at the time of King's Quest V, at least. What was the politics from moving from 16 colors to 256 colors?
Beyond Roberta going to do it first.
Yeah.
Politics, colors? I have no idea what you're talking about. King's Quest game always got the first of any new technology, but I'm failing to see what you're alluding to be honest.
Oh no, I just meant. Well, we know King's Quest was sort of the flagship product, so every new fancy technology went into the King's Quest games first. But one,
there isn't any way to go to the left.
Yeah. Can I actually go to the left?
No, that's okay.
Oh, I can't.
Well, no, you can.
Oh, I can. It just didn't want to. It didn't want to.
The ferry. Yeah, sorry, being an idiot. Sorry, pardon.
All right.
I really only played the demo of this, but yeah, that goes to the dock, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I was thinking of another location entirely. Pardon me.
All right. Sorry.
I don't want to talk to you yet.
The question was
apparently
the question was moving from 16 color SCI 0 to SCI 1. I would imagine that was a big shift in sort of, I don't know, corporate culture and all that. And now we're going to make these big Hollywood productions instead of, two guys in a room making a game and a third guy making the coffee. I mean, what was the shift in the company at the time?
Well, the 16-bit color you could do by hand. You could draw everything by hand, whereas the backgrounds, as you can see here, these were actually painted and scanned in.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a lot easier to be more creative, and the 256 palette obviously made it more realistic. Getting back to the voice acting for a second, I'm pretty sure that this is the game where they started using the recording studio in Fresno, and that recording studio had a talent pool as well. So this is why you, as someone commented earlier, this is why you have more professional sounding actors. That's because I actually started doing it the way that we do it now today.
Well, they're also hiring people like Robbie Benson and so on, which obviously is a massive sort of job. Nobody else was really, I think at the time, nobody else was really
Alexander doesn't want
doing that kind of, like, either they would hire like the one name actor and kind of put them all over the box, or it would all be like internal thing. Whereas this was people like Dave Fennoy, it's people like Tony J, just respected, well-known, voice actors who might not be draws, but kind of the quality jump for people who do it for is so noticeable.
The sort of thing that LucasArts was actually already doing, not name actors per any stretch of the imagination, but professional voice actors. And not that I don't. I mean, I kind of appreciate the sort of hokiness of the early Sierra CD-ROM titles, Space Quest 4 in particular, obviously. I mean, Scott Murphy as Vohall is just fantastic. Just slap a bunch of effects on the dude and call him a villain. There you go. I sort of like that homegrown sort of feel to it, but I get that it was unintentional. What they really were going for were big Hollywood sort of productions. So
I think it's also worth remembering that while obviously we kind of playfully mock them in a loving way, it's always with love.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They were still a shit of a lot better than everybody else, apart from LucasArts.
Oh yeah,
you kind of sort of take the same thing like a tour. I mean, actually, Adventuresoft did a pretty good job in the UK, but other than that, voices were universally awful.
Well, I don't know. I quite like Beneath the Steel Sky, the voices in that one, and then you got Broken Sword
as well.
And the thing about Beneath the Steel Sky, of course, was that they recorded the voices twice. Yeah, they got some actors to do it, and then they thought these voices are terrible, and then they got other actors in to redo the entire voice.
The most Yorkshire Australia ever conceived of.
Yeah.
Hello, darling.
Oh, I love.
It's crap, son.
It's crap, son. There's a person in a cloak here. That means he's obviously evil. I'm going to have a chat with him.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Good day, sir.
That is profiling. Come on, what the hell?
Well, it's a cloak. It's a dark cloak. I have a book.
I wish I owned a cloak.
Carrying a book from.
Oh, do I give this to the barters?
Alexander slaps the rude man around the face. I'm a prince, sir.
You will adhere to my courteous greeting. I'm gonna.
I know we just sort of left the bookstore, but I love the staging of a lot of the scenes in this game. The books were like again, because obviously King's Quest V was like we'll have the very sort of small, boxy thing. We have something like Laura Bow too. It was just like sort of standard kind of face-on backgrounds. And I love what they do with this one with kind of like the angles and the foreground details and just basically trying to sort of breathe a little more style into things.
It makes you feel like a pervert staring at Alexander through the bookshelves.
And also,
oh god, it's that awful boy from Daventry High.
Yeah, that's the influence of Bill Davis. Bill Davis came from Hollywood to work for Sierra, and he definitely kicked the quality of the graphics up quite a bit. Even not just quality as in they're painted, but the different angles as you're describing there.
It was a similar thing with Broken Sword in the UK. When they first started making it, it was basically a very traditional-looking adventure. Everything, flat on, everything was kind of very traditional. And they basically sort of brought in an artist who was kind of more used to Hollywood stuff. Just like, this is shit. Can we? Let's do some camera angles. Let's, really, take some time to plan out these sort of scenes and kind of make it, cinematic. Obviously, the result is a game which still looks amazing today.
I mean, I would go as far as say the original Manhunter games really did what they could with vector graphics in 160 by 200 in terms of camera angles and weird. Sometimes they went a little overboard, but
Manhunter's mostly kind of point of view, though, isn't it? I mean,
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I was thinking more in terms of like kind of just breaking away from the the sort of the straight of this is what your character sees, to have that kind of foreground details and. Try to add depth to the scene, add the texture.
I mean, one of the things I really enjoy about this, and one of the things I seem to recall when I first played Day of the Tentacle was...
He's gone, everyone get back from this, behind the shelves.
What? Who's gone? From behind the shelves? What are you talking
The
about?
people that were staring through the...
Yeah.
Oh, wait!
Can I just go into the pawn shop?
He fucked off.
I'm a shopkeeper.
The what shop?
Right now.
Oh,
Oh
well,
yeah,
fuck it.
the man in the cloak. He'll be back.
Oh, right. What was I'm gonna go into the pawn shop now.
The pawn shop, yeah. And then look at the stuff on the back wall.
Oh, right, I will do that. In the meantime, I'm just going to say that the whole thing about putting stuff in the foreground, which is something that I've seen in a lot of amateur adventure games, like Adventure Game Studio and stuff, they always have these big open floor spaces because no one puts stuff in the foreground when they're first starting out. And what I really appreciate about this and, you know, Gabriel Knight and these Sierra games is you're talking about camera angles, but also the scenes look really detailed and busy, and it never looks as, you know, you seen it?
They look natural.
They look natural, yeah. Because I've seen like Baby's First Detective Game or something, and this dude has the most spacious office ever, and then a single little tiny desk off in the corner, and then just this giant dance
Everything's
floor.
on one side of the room for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's an art of its own to kind of create a space for a video game scene, like to pick an angle, pick, you know, the size of a room. You know, it's a really hard thing to do. So it's really impressive how well they do it, especially this game. I really love how every scene feels like a smartly designed space. It's not just a side-on view of a room or whatever. It's like a side-on view of a room, but you're behind the room. It's like you're looking at a stage play or something. It's really cool.
Definitely. And this must have
you know, sometimes you think those foreground elements, I can interact with those. No, that's not what they're there for.
I just want to jump in quickly. I just want to jump in while we're in the pawn store. The reason I said to look at the back is that every item in the background of this scene is something that would have really helped to solve a puzzle in the previous King's Quest game.
Yeah, I saw the bridal detector. The bridal detector would have been absolutely
the cat cookie mix and you know bridge repair kits.
When you don't have
it was just it feels to me like it's a maturation of the game in that they're finally kind of taking the piss out of themselves a bit. Whereas like the previous ones, there's a lot of being very, very serious. And this is whereas like you look at this one and kind of like it's just we know.
And I'm fingering a skeleton's butt right now. It'll show up on your screen in a second.
There we go.
Yeah,
and the sick filth.
What are we actually?
Too hot for Twitch.
What are we actually doing here?
I don't think that's how you bone a skeleton. You might want to pawn your ring, and also
really, it got me into one castle.
It will not get you back
in. The ring yet. You've got to get them. You've got to speak to the ferryman first.
What do I shove it in the ferryman's face or in this dude's face?
Fuck off.
Yeah. Do the ferryman first. You've got to prove your identity.
Good day, merchant.
No. It's he.
Can anyone make up their fucking minds, please?
Look, I haven't played this game in like 15 years.
I haven't played it ever.
Quite a lot, sir.
All right, I'm gonna go shove my ring in. I'm gonna go shove my ring in up the nose.
But I have a cat. Currently trying to eat the microphone. Gabriel, stop it.
Good kitty. Good. Oh my God! There's a naked child. All right, avert your eyes. Oh, well, he was wearing Stewart's.
Come join me.
I've heard of this.
Oh, him. When the screen doesn't update for a couple of like 30 seconds or so, that's a very weird thing to have someone shout.
This is a demon child. I know this. This is a demon child. I'm gonna save my game.
Not quite a demon. You might notice the eyes.
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
You're full of shit, kid.
For him, but in general,
you're full of shit, kid.
The poor condition of the shore. It looks like the easiest
child.
Go for a swim.
All right, here we go. Now we're gonna take off my clothes.
Use child. Wait, what?
Alex,
the child.
Why?
Apparently sail to the other end of the world, but can't swim.
Why would the silly child demon lure me out here? Does he want to eat me?
Like the eyes. You see the eyes?
He's got twinkly eyes.
Is it Josh Mandel?
It is Josh Mandel.
How can you tell he's got twinkly eyes?
Because they glint.
They sparkle.
They did no such thing.
They absolutely did.
They're just pixels. I can't even see a face. Oh, he has his back turned.
Before he jumped in the water.
they twinkle once. You know, you kind of go like a little star effect. Basically, throughout the game, you find lots of people who want to kill, who sort of try and persuade you to kill yourself, and all of them kind of do like the glinty thing.
Okay, well, can I convince the harbor dude to give me a harpoon so I can shoot this fucker in the face?
Nah, he'll be gone when you come back.
Yeah.
He's not a very he's not a convinced.
Oh my god, he disappeared.
Boy in the water just disappeared.
He puffed himself.
And even the narrator's just pulling your leg, going, "Oh, perhaps he just dove under the water." Bullshit, demon child.
This won't be a thing.
I said the ferry's out of business.
All right.
I dive underwater, a puff of smoke appears. Like, what happens for you?
Alexander is already.
There's
no reason to use that.
I'm not using it on the boat. I want to show it to this dude. There you go. That was fucking pixel hunting right there.
Sir, kiss my ring.
Daventry. Is that so? Well, that's nice and all.
Marry the boat.
Can't do anything for you.
Well, Alexander, that means exactly nothing to me.
The ferry person is alarmingly uninterested in my ring. All right, fine. Leaving.
Alarmingly uninterested.
You know what? I'm gonna go pawn it off, get a lamp, trade it in for an even worse lamp, and then show that to him. Maybe that'll impress him.
I think you're gonna wait a while for the lamp.
I want the lamp.
Yeah.
I love lamp.
Yeah.
Also, I like how the leaves are sort of suggestively undulating in the background. I don't know if there's a trigger prop.
I hope Grudislav comes around because he knows a very funny Easter egg in the in beauty scene there.
Oh well, I am interested now.
Yes, I've only seen it once, and I was like,
"Can you make the leaves dance?"
No, it's a bit rude than that.
Ooh, rude Easter egg.
Masterful artistry.
Well, I'm actually prepared to boot the game up again should he join and tell me this Easter egg. That is
no, but masterful artistry, 20 quid.
Fucking sell the ring already.
You haven't. Are you sure? Yeah, you haven't spoken to the ferryman, so.
I tried. It was Pixel Hunt City.
Um.
I'm gonna turn this.
You haven't just talked to him though.
Yeah, I tried doing that, but I thought he just could not be talked to, but apparently I was clicking the wrong hotspot.
We talked to him. We tried putting our ring in his face. Like, what more does he want?
Yeah, he kept clicking. He needs to tell you about the magic map, which is kind of how you get around.
No, it's me again.
I said the ferry's out.
Why do you keep bothering me for? Well, I'm told I'm supposed to click. No, he keeps talking to himself. There you go.
My name is Alexander.
Jesus. Picky fucking hotspot. Also, Alexander, do you have to stand right in front of the fucking door? I can't, I can't see the person I'm trying to click the talk icon on.
You say, old
yeah, that's a problem with a lot of games.
I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know?
I solved it by getting rid of the protagonist.
Okay, I don't mean this to sound the way it's going to sound, but is Gabriel trying to sexually molest your microphone?
No, that's not me.
What is it?
That's not you? Oh, who the hell is doing that then? Oh, it stops now that I'm looking. Oh, well, I got inside the ferry. I'm not entirely sure why.
Meanwhile, in a scene from Monkey Island 2.
Or Monkey Island 3, maybe we get, what is it, oiled and feathered.
I see.
Oiled? No, tarred. I think oiled sounds rather nice.
That's a different game altogether. That's a game we were talking about before the stream started.
I do have to ask very, very nicely.
Giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Perhaps it will.
I'm going to steal your rabbit's foot. Apparently, you're not using it for squats.
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to.
He's got
somewhere.
He's got a very nice lamp. Can I steal it?
You got me.
No.
Can you get lamp?
I want to get lamp. Will you shut up, please? Alright, something magic map pawn shop. Got it.
Okay, well, what's basically going on is that all of the islands are feuding because their special treasures have all been stolen and they blame each other.
But it's probably the Vizier and his fucking glinty-eyed bastard.
How incredibly cynical of you. I don't know how you would think that the Vizier might use his magic genie who has to obey his every command in order to try and boost his own standing amongst the islands.
Oh, fucking perish the thought.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, I know.
An adventure game where you have to a couple of treasures that have been stolen.
You have impugned the noble name of Shamir Shamazel.
Hey, wait. Glinty-eyed motherfucker. The cloaky guy had a glint. He's a glint. He's a right bastard he is.
He's a glint.
He's like, Glenn, can I shove this thing up his ass? I'm going to try.
Would you be
I
interested
probably
in?
know.
Oh, he tried to offer it him instead. No.
You could
I'm a
make
bit
him a little
behind.
drunk with some mints.
Oh, we haven't seen that yet, though.
Oh, yeah, good point.
All right, I'm going to.
Yeah, for some reason in this fantasy, genies
Would you be
get
interested
high
in-
on mints.
A rabbit's foot. I
Smack.
do not believe.
Dang, he doesn't want the rabbit's foot. Maybe I need to give him the ring.
No,
now?
Alexander, it's a piece of shit.
I cannot think of anything.
I am a merchant.
Why is he Welsh?
Okay, I'll talk to him.
Excuse me, merchant. But the ferryman mentioned that you
Oh,
might have
yeah.
a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
There's also a certain charm
Let's talk to
to. There's a certain charm to the fact that the voices are all in like 22 kilohertz, 8 bits. It kind of sounds like an old Victrola, but these are. There's a certain charm to that.
I can't actually hear the voice. Isn't this Dave Fennoy doing the point?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Anyway, the magic.
I love the fact that everyone's just like, kind of, the magic map's a total piece of shit. It's like, well, it does teleport you wherever you want to go.
Well, what's it called? International travel. Inter island travel has been outlawed because of all the troubles. So they're probably like, nah.
Yeah, I know, but it's just the way they kind of go about it. So like, yeah, I will require something very valuable in exchange for
Why?
stuff.
What the fuck just happened?
This piece of shit ring? Yeah, sure, whatever.
No, wait. I've shown him the ring a grand total of like 6 times now, but now when he says, do you have something of equal value, and I show him the ring, he goes, oh, Daventry, are you a king? Oh my god, did you not, did you even look at the ring the first time?
You see, yes.
Then you now own
Good old
a
adventure
magic
game
map
amnesia.
with Alex. If you find anything else of great value in your travel.
Yeah, this guy is basically the worst pawn shop owner in the world, because his basic policy is that you're going to give me something valuable. I will keep it in case you change your mind, and then you can just trade everything back to him. It's like, can I have that? Well, if you give me the okay, swap it over, and the guy never actually makes a profit on this.
What's that? 10 bare arses? Right, hand it over.
Also, that dude just stole. Why would the genie steal?
Sir, I am soon to be a king, and I'll be able to take whatever I want.
Does the genie get drunk on mints?
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, you've got to pay attention to these scenes, because later on you need to identify that lamp so that you can swap it.
Yeah, it's
Really?
It is
the bullshit.
I was going to use exactly the same words, because Alexander never sees it. It's purely for this, and when you do it, it's basically, he just felt lucky.
Yeah.
It's not this scene, it's another one.
Let me guess.
I mean, it's right there. You can see it right there.
No, that's not it. His one is like blue.
Okay, well, the same thing, but you still got to kind of see the vase, so the lamp in a cutscene, and then that's how you know which one to get. I hate those puzzles.
Let me guess. Let me guess. It's randomized every time you play, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
It requires meta knowledge.
Yeah, it is. It's randomized.
I thought it was the same one every single time. It's like a blue cylinder one.
I thought it was randomized.
Okay, let me just.
Since I played it, so
yeah.
Okay.
I meant to say that the only other one I've ever seen is the same one. So
I have a different question. Is this one of those Thimbleweed Park situations where you're supposed to clairvoyantly know which lamp you want to get, even though Alexander's never seen it before? That's
yes. Yep.
Sorry, Miss Jensen.
Knowledge.
You need to go the other way for this one.
No. You have to be in view of the sea. So this side does as well.
I clearly don't remember this game very well. I thought you had to be on the beach to do the map thing.
Well, I want to go to the Isle of the Beast.
So it counts.
We will see whose beast is mightiest when Alexander pulls it out. Also, that island is phallically shaped. Let's go to
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Oh, does he really?
I wonder it looked like a chicken leg.
Oh, it's
Chicken leg, okay.
It's not excited, whatever it is.
Let's just say chicken leg.
It's a bit suggestive, but it's just not erect.
There's a fawn. Does it have a machine gun?
It feels a strange pulling sensation, an experience not entirely unknown to him.
He feels a strange urge to have a cigarette.
All right, it doesn't really seem that beastly. This island.
Well, that's a fawn. That's a beast.
Okay, that technically is. There's a bunny. Can I trap it with a piece of frayed rope?
It's probably never even seen.
I'm afraid not.
Oh.
Can I shove the rabbit's foot in its face and just go, haha, this is what happens to you, fucker?
Alexander doesn't want.
Yeah, you can't use a rope, but it is a puzzle thread.
A pond lies across.
Oh, look at that beautiful lamp. Finally,
Look, this is your dad's paw. Okay, bye.
Can I have the mushroom? Oh, God.
Ouch! That water is hot.
They didn't really click on the water, but thank you. I'm just going to climb this tree. I'm not going to climb this tree.
Relatively.
Dang it. There's a golden chicken on the other side of this pond.
An old abandoned hunter.
Oh, it's a lamp!
Chicken is a lamp.
Oh, it's a lamp. That's a gigantic lamp.
Everything's a goddamn lamp in this game.
Yeah, what is this game's obsession with lamps?
I know there's like a whole 2 of them.
Old lamps for new. Old lamp.
I think my question is, who hung it from a tree? Why would it ever be hanging from a tree?
I seem to be in a situation where I cannot progress until I solve a different puzzle.
You need an item from elsewhere, from Isle of Wonder, I think.
Alexander.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I am in desperate need of some wonder, so let's go to Penis Island.
Oh, wait, before you do anything else, have you saved recently?
No.
Okay, save before you go world travel, because you go back to Isle of the Beast, because that's safe. Save and then
he can be an Isle of Wonder. Yeah, just don't progress into the island.
All right.
You can only stay on like the beach.
Yeah, I was just thinking if you kind of misclick, then that's kind of a lot of replaying.
All right.
So there's a couple things you need. So you should probably actually go to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain first.
Damn it! I just clicked on Penis Island.
Oh well, again you can't. So you want to get your ring back? Let me help you get the ring back.
Not really.
So don't walk anywhere into the distance. There's a not sleepy clam right at the front there that you can talk to.
Yeah, I thought it was a duvet.
The ring before you go to Penis Island. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
And speaking of Josh Mandel,
in the oysters.
Hello.
Josh Mandel's here.
Hello.
Josh.
Oh, Josh Mandel. Good evening, sir.
Nice Corey voice. Hi, Corey.
Oh.
It's Corey. Again, Corey is not here. The last time. Oh, that sounds like Corey. Corey is not. Corey has declined our invitation. Oh, actually, I don't know if Sean ever actually asked him, but
Well, I want to know who here sounds like Corey.
Who sounds like Corey? Is it Gemini? I think it's Gemini.
I have no idea who Corey is.
Gasp. Blasphemy.
Someone just gasped like Corey.
Okay. That's something Corey would say.
Hello,
I think you're Corey.
$10 that you owe me.
Are you sure Corey's not here?
I think that's just hard, Corey.
If it'll help the stream, I'll be Corey.
You are indeed Corey today.
The Corey was in your heart all along.
Corey Cole, one half of the design team that brought you Quest for Glory. Anyway, good to see you, Mr. Mandel, sir. We have just witnessed a stellar performance from you as the genie that fell over drunk.
Oh, right.
Was that fun to shoot?
Yeah, method acting, right?
So is that method or meth?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, that I was able to show up to Sierra less drunk than usual.
So it was a good day, and how ironic even.
That's not the programmer way. You turn up on time and you drink at your desk.
Alexander.
It was the early 90s. Okay, you said I should not be at Penis Island. I should go to Sacred Mountain Island.
Yeah, so you could have at that point gotten a thing. Yeah, so go back to Isle of Wonder. You need to talk to that. Well, not talk, but you know the clamshell. You need to read the book to the clamshell.
Has he got the book yet?
Yeah, he's got the book.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna read it.
Read the boring book. Yeah.
If you're having trouble,
yeah, so
you need to read the book to a clamshell. What the shitting fuck?
Well, you've got to make it go to sleep so you can get the pearl from out of its mouth. Duh.
Oh, this is the
so that you can get your ring
on
back.
my face.
and try and propose to Jolo, who tells you that he's already taken, and I say he's married to Shamisha Muzzle. Because he knows a lot about Shamir.
Oh, you might want to turn the
yawn again.
Speed down.
Yawn again.
Yeah, you could
I got it.
Snatch the pill from it. Okay. Yay.
Leave it in the spot. Leave it in the spot. Be ready.
Yeah, you don't need to.
What do I need to do?
Drifts into peaceful slumber with the
Yes, you need to feel inside a small child clam's mouth.
Neat.
I think it might be illegal in several places.
Okay.
It's illegal in all of them.
The stream is slightly delayed, so I think I just did. I did good.
Of course, in a modern adventure, you'd be able to pick up that rock next to it and just smash it open.
So now you go to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
We need to pick up something. We can't do anything here quite yet. Do you have the copy protection for this?
Is there a copy protection?
Oh yeah,
I did not know that.
Yep.
You're going to be at this location for a few minutes. I think that by the time we're done, Steve might actually have died of old age.
Yeah, I don't think I actually will be here for a few minutes. I think actually I've seen enough of King's Quest 6.
This is literally the cliffs of logic, aka the cliffs of copy protection. Each bit of it, if you look at the scribbles on the wall, it's coded, and the code and the answers were in the manual. But you've got to go up. You've got to go up the cliffs like one step at a time, and it takes forever.
Well, that's King's Quest 6 for you. We're done. Ignorance kills, wisdom elevates.
Yeah, so that you have to put in rise for it.
Right. Well, fuck this. Anyway, that was King's Quest 6. Actually,
I downloaded the manual and everything.
It actually had a story that was mildly interesting, although
King's Quest 6 is good. I'm not a fan of King's Quest as a whole, but 6 is genuinely good. It hasn't aged well in some of the gender politics. The worst bit being where you literally enslave a woman to the beast in order to break a curse on you. However, for the most part, it's such a beautifully designed world. It's really nicely written, and Alexander is just about tolerable.
As opposed to several other protagonists.
He doesn't talk about how attractive his sister's body is, so it's definitely an improvement.
That's a plus. Oh, yeah. That's always a plus. However, can he scream like Graham?
He cannot.
He cannot. I don't think anyone can.
I think I'll take it.
Taking off your adventure.
But I think my favorite thing is that it isn't one of those games where it feels like Daventry's Secret Police is running around after the royal family. It's like nobody must mention the time the king almost fed his daughter to a dragon. Nobody will mention the whole going and abducting somebody from another world to be the queen.
No, never speak of that again.
Rosella's just gone on an adventure, but we'll never mention that again.
she had a lot of perils, and apparently she climbed a whale's tongue. Anyway, she's off sleeping. Who gives a shit about her? Here. Also, I have one quick question before we get into the Steam key giveaway. I'm still kind of hung up on this magic mirror bullshit. I've several questions, but I'm going to ask the most important one, and I would like to hear from a King's Quest expert of some sort. So I would like...
I'll be right back.
All right. Cool. Well, hopefully this will give Rzulka enough time to mull over and answer. We previously were talking about how this magic mirror is sort of the Tinder, or the Tinder of the magic world. Why does it insist on showing women who are in peril or otherwise imprisoned? Does it have some sort of mirror fetish that it just passes off to people who look into it? I'm really tormented by this. Please.
Yeah, I come to think of it, I think the main thing it actually does show is women, because
it does.
I can't think of a single time that it shows something else.
No.
Yeah, other than what's it called, Silver Lining, but Silver Lining.
That's okay. Katie's not here.
Unofficial.
Yeah, but
what about the whole?
Maybe it's got a secret link, because after all, we don't know where the mirrors come from. So maybe it's secretly a mirror that shows women in need.
Well, maybe it's got
still just being terrorized by a dragon, but no, look at the boobs over here.
they're imprisoned.
And more important, I think that there's a few words that I'm kind of surprised that nobody said, and they are these: magic mirror, where's our son?
Well, see, that's the interesting thing. They don't have any control over the magic mirror. The magic mirror decides to do shit by itself.
And it just goes, wait, your son doesn't have boobs. Why would it?
finds men unattractive and unappealing.
I mean, look at it.
The mirror is male.
The mirror has a type.
Yeah, there's actually Lucy in the chat says maybe it's a hetero male. I did not know you could gender a mirror. I mean, unless you were in Germany where everything has a gender.
Like what's it called? In certain fairy tales and all that of all, like we're talking like a lot of them, not a lot of them, but like the magic mirror is often depicted as having a male kind of genie inside of it. So maybe it is a male genie inside of the magic mirror
with a light fetish. I mean,
with a fetish, but it decides not to talk to every day.
Or maybe it's just a big confusion. Like all it's doing is spying on people on the killer. No, you needed to see this. Totally.
Yeah.
Stop what you're doing. I found boobs in a tower. Come have a look.
That would have done that.
With that lovely rendition, I hope Gemini has returned to his post. Has he? He has not. Okay, well, carry on your karaoke. Actually, in the chat, Ilki, I hope I pronounced that correctly, says that mirror is actually masculine in Spanish, so that would explain a few things. It's also masculine in French, says Siriar. Basically, mirrors are pervs.
And
mirrors are men.
I mean, I've never met a mirror who hasn't at one point potentially seen me naked. There's always that to think about. Although there are mirrors who I have deprived of this. Let's get off this track.
How about the mirrors in the bathrooms of Adventure X? Because that begs questions.
Oh.
No, wouldn't. No, too public. Also, those mirrors spoke a weird dialect. I wasn't entirely sure what it was. No, they wanted weird things from me.
I got to say,
London is a weird place. Okay,
I just want to say you don't want to do anything perverse in front of a mirror because it reflects badly on you.
Oh, you can't.
Richard, you'll be a wonderful father.
I have cats.
I'm actually there's an interesting little correlation here. Richard didn't join us for the previous stream, but Josh Mandel did. Now Josh has also designed a game that is basically Pun the Adventure Game.
It's one of my favorites.
I love every minute of it.
Also known as Callahan's Cross Time Saloon. So, Josh, if you're still with us, could you, based on the brief sampling you've just had, could you rate Mr. Cobbett on a pun scale of awesomeness? Where's he at currently?
At some point, point out, you shouldn't take this lightly because the pun scale is a very weighty matter.
Oh God, that was terrible. That was terrible.
I want to brag a little bit. I own a boxed copy of that game. I'm
so do I, from
fact.
from Mr. Mandela himself, in fact.
Oh,
it's got an odd stage. Yeah.
How dare you?
Fight.
I refuse. Anybody who owns that game has good taste.
Boxed copies are very hard to come by, aren't they? Boxed copies are like extremely rare at this point.
You get the CD case version pretty easily, but the actual box copy,
Yeah, I've got a CD case version.
I've only played 10 minutes.
I love Callahan's. The Transylvania section, well, the bar especially, but the Transylvanian section.
Yeah.
It's actually where I coined my phrase Mandelian design, aka every single pixel must have a pun.
Music by yours truly, of course.
I'm loving this. I'm loving it. I'll just keep listening.
Sorry, what was that?
I say I'm loving this. I'll just keep listening.
Oh, okay. Well, it's,
since we clearly have an expert, I must ask, Richard, where do you rate Toonstruck on the punitude?
I don't think that Toonstruck's that punny, but I do think that the thing which sort of jumped out for me is that I pity the translators.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Had to somehow convert it. They weren't allowed to change any objects or any clues. But all of the things like sugar and spice, whatever.
Yeah. That thing.
I don't even know how you would start doing that.
Also, I've just worked out who's making the weird rubbing noises, and I think it's your headset, Richard.
Okay. Do you want me to switch to microphone?
Oh, I don't know. Just maybe move the microphone away from your chin. I don't know.
Stop licking it.
Why would the microphone be on my chin?
I don't know. You said you were on a headset.
I am on a headset.
We've been watching you this whole time.
I'm actually outside your window right now.
Okay, is that any better? I've just moved. I've got a desk fan. I've just kind of moved it away. It might have been interfering.
It is perfect. Perfect. You have done so well. Yes. I did not know that Ken Allen did the music for Callahan's Cross Time Saloon. Again, I've only played that game for about 10 minutes, and I was apparently busy doing something else in the meantime. Perhaps clipping my toenails. I don't know. But at any rate, I did not give it the attention it so heartily deserves.
I mean, the early stuff's quite cool. You got the jukebox, which has some of Spider's songs on it.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
it took
unfortunately, me about an hour to get past the quiz, so you know.
Unfortunately, if you've only seen the opening, I wrote a long piece for that opening, but Spider ended up writing the theme song. They had to ditch my opening, unfortunately.
No.
Well,
great game though. I was really annoyed on your behalf at how it was published.
Well, and it was a fine song.
It's a Western.
I'm back. Sorry.
Gemini has returned. We can stop. We can stop fanning the egos of our.
Real quick, you guys were talking about Toonstruck. I actually went to work for Virgin Interactive right after Toonstruck was published, and the company went bankrupt basically because every project that was over budget, well, we'll just charge it to Toonstruck. Toonstruck had this gigantic budget because of the other products had over budget. So. Yeah, it got saddled with the destruction of Virgin Interactive.
That's such a shame.
They're still trying to do that sequel, aren't they? You know, kind of reusing the assets they made, and you didn't make it in.
Yeah, that's been going for a while. I mean, we barely got it onto GOG in the first place, so
yeah,
they are.
The hope is dwindling.
Now, the guy said he is working on finalizing the rights, and apparently, you know, there is enough art assets left over from the original to make a sequel. He's kind of
the thing which I understand is that the sequel that they talk about, unless I kind of misunderstood what they said, the bits which weren't used were like an extra chapter in the main game. You know, where he's sort of trying to get his inspiration back, as opposed to like what happens next. So it kind of feels like
I'd heard
an interquel or something.
Oh, the way I heard it was that there's like a whole mess after the ending of the first game. That
but the idea was I think you escape from the castle, then he gets his inspiration back, and then goes back to the real world and becomes awesome again. But it's just the fact that because the game ended with him going back to the real world and then being turned into a cartoon himself, it's sort of like it would be difficult to continue that surely with content that was made from before then. I don't know.
Anyway,
and yet they went with that ending. But it's interesting.
Yeah,
both seconds of it.
Even still, I will probably be first in line if they ever do make a sequel. I
love Toonstruck.
I was just tweeting about it yesterday about how much I like that game. I think that there's some stuff that does not hold up anymore because it was made in the 90s, but excusing that, you know, it's really a solid game. I was really surprised at how good of a game it was. I really enjoyed it.
And it doesn't.
You doesn't have competition for that front of the queue spot, but yeah.
I'm not going to be front of the queue. I liked it a lot, but yeah, I'll probably stay in bed, maybe kind of pick it up on a digital download. Yeah.
I will be cuddling it all over. I love Toonstruck as well, and even though it doesn't have any pervert mirrors, it does have pervert bovines. So I'm absolutely into that.
Everything else is a perv.
Polly.
And it turns out
find that pervert mirror in the second game.
Oh well. Speaking of perversions, we did have a competition going, and now the Gemini is back. I think we shall indeed give away some keys. And the way to collect your keys, and this is something I failed to mention the first time around when we were doing the previous stream. So what you have to do is, this is kind of on the honor system, so please don't be dicks about it, but please send an email. If your name is a winner, please send an email to contact@spacequesthistorian.com. Preferably with the thing that you won with, so that I actually know that it's you, and I will send you a key. If I get more than 2 emails saying I won a corrosion game, then the investigation shall commence, and I will start quizzing you about all the things that I know about you. And don't you worry.
Do you share or do you shaft?
Yes. then there will be another quiz, and this one will not be so pleasant. Anyway,
it's less of a quiz and more of a. Okay.
Yeah, it's more of a deep pry into your personal fetishes, because apparently that's the theme of the stream.
Yeah, we had to do it. So.
The question was...
Did we though? Did we?
No, we didn't. We did ask a question, which also is strangely fetishistic now that I read it back. You're in a dark basement. Cedric the Owl is tied to a chair. You have a box of power tools. What do you do? And the way this works is Gemini is going to read out the responses that we've gotten so far, and it's just going to be sort of a public, in this chat, we're just going to, if we chuckle at it, then it moves up the lists kind of thing. So the one that we like the best, colloquially, although of course I can veto everything because I am the master of your lives, then that will be the winner. So, Gemini, take it away.
Well, Summer B76 goes nice and simple, straight to the point. Bash Cedric's head in with the toolbox.
The entire fucking toolbox. Wow. Okay. That took a twist at the end. I like that.
Lost Train Dude, I think, may have lost the point of it. He says, use drill on monocle, in parentheses, without hurting him.
Without hurting him?
Oh, Graham, I like that.
That's missing the point entirely. Although I guess that would render him sort of sightless, and maybe he'd fly into a tree or something.
Perception would be fucked.
Ah, yes, okay.
Wouldn't that be like in Monkey Island 2 with Wally? Like he took away my monocle for a while. That's not.
Well, I suppose we don't know we don't know how good Cedric's other eye is, but clearly one of them is a bit messed up.
Maybe it's just a fashion statement. Anyway, let's go. That one took far too much thought.
Gonna pose around.
Manawaver says, escape with the power tools because if I'm in a basement with Cedric, then I must be being held against my will.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I just followed this address. What?
Pickle Dog was actually thinking along the same lines. He says, disassemble door handle, drill hole in floor, use screws from door handle to fasten Cedric to floor, leave through now open door.
Oh, that has multiple steps in it. I like that.
You're escaping the room and you're setting a trap for Cedric.
For a second there, if he had also brought up poke key through keyhole, let it drop on the newspaper I just shoved on the door, that kind of thing, that would have been a clear winner.
And they'd use the toolbox to talk to whoever set up that puzzle. Right. It worked in my favor, but I'm still angry.
Eye of Onyx has a nice and sadistic one. She says, cut off his wings and legs, then reattach his wings where his legs go and his legs where his wings go.
Oh, I like the effort in that one.
Somebody's played the Cards Against Humanity.
Oh.
And lastly, Legatus Feritus Maximus doesn't even bother with the tools. He says, make him play King's Quest 8 for his freedom.
Oh!
No, that's too nasty.
Oh, well,
speaking of trolls, you don't get to go to bed until you've played King's Quest 8.
I'm going to play King's Quest 8. It's going to happen.
Did I say play? I meant complete.
Can I say, if anybody wants to make this fan game, Reservoir Owls, I'm
Oh God, was that all of them?
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't know. What? Let's point at someone who hasn't said anything for a while. Pete.
Hi.
Which one of those was your favorite?
Leg swap. The arm leg.
Yes.
The arm leg swap. All right. G Crusher. What was your favorite? He fucked off. All right. Cool. Gemini. What was your personal favorite?
Gotta be Eye of Onyx's.
Eye of Onyx's. Ikifu.
I have to go with that as well. I love the Cards Against Humanity card that it came from so much.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing that kind of detracts from it because I wanted something original.
It should be a negative technically, but I don't know. I mean, the card itself, I will say, is funnier. If you don't know it, it's ripping out a man's eyes and balls and putting his eyes where his balls go and his balls in his eye sockets.
Yeah.
See, I did not know.
That would have worked.
It was original to me.
Can I say that would have worked better for Cedric if his voice hadn't made it entirely clear he had nothing to be removed.
He is absolutely a castrati. Like,
Eye of Onyx wasn't even thinking of Cards
Against. Yeah, I just saw that in the chat. Eye of Onyx says wasn't even thinking. So it was actually original.
That negative is gone.
That
also,
negative
Cedric would have a monocle on his balls.
I mean, I could poll the rest of the voice chat, but I think it is quite unanimous at this point. Eye of Onyx has won the game. What the hell was it called again? Corrosion. That's the one. We do have place. We do have a second place. Wait, I should write this stuff down. Okay, winners. Corrosion.
I do quite like the one with the screw driving into the monocle because I just like the idea of Cedric trying to fly around and just keep flying into things.
But like, why would he? Why? I mean, if you went blind, would you? The first thing you would do is not stand up and stumble around and go, "I'm sure I can manage."
But he's a bird. He has without depth perception.
Can I ask one thing which I never quite understood about King's Quest V? Why does Cedric, a flying animal, carry fairy dust?
Just if you had the option, I mean, why
he was visiting a friend. We don't know what he was doing with the friend.
Or getting high, apparently.
Sightseeing. There was another one that made me
knock joke.
Could be. There was another one that made me laugh quite a lot. What the hell was I forget already?
Was it bash Cedric's head in with the toolbox?
Oh yes,
that one was pretty good.
Nice and simple, yeah.
But there was a different one. Shit.
Escape with the power tools, because if I'm in a basement with Cedric, I'm being held against my will.
That was the one. Yeah, that was the one that
was Man Weaver.
Yeah, because that one completely bypassed the entire puzzle, but did so inventively, and it made me laugh. Is anyone else on board with that one, or?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah.
I think I'm going to get all dictatory on you, even though you kind of just agreed with me and say that's got to be the one. That's got to be the one. All right, so which one was that one?
That was Mana Weavers.
Mana Weavers. Well, congratulations, Iavonix and Mana Weavers. You have won Corrosion. I will be sending you a Steam key sometime tomorrow, maybe Sunday, who knows, in the very near future. Anyway, please send me an email. Well, Iavonix, I already know you, but Mana Weavers, please send me an email at contact@spacequesthistorian.com and write your answer in the email, and you'll get it. I promise you will get it. All right.
You'll get something, all right?
Well, I think what I'm going to do now is actually have a very quick bathroom break and let you guys talk amongst yourselves for the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
How does
23
that sound?
minutes? That's very specific.
In a loving way, then piss off, trolls.
I shall do that indeed, and when I return, we shall.
Piss in. Otherwise, it implies you're pissing on something nondescript, and everybody in your house might get mad.
Cedric.
And what the reason for that is, of course, that the next game in line is King's Quest VII, and I hear there's an awful lot of fluids in that game, particularly of the eye variety. But then again,
depends whether you've got a fetish for slightly older queens.
Anyway,
or lacrimology, a word that I actually know. Is anyone impressed? Okay, leaving. Be right back.
All right.
I still can't get the monocle on the testicles out of my brain now. So thank you, whoever said that.
Put them into reality. No.
You gave me a brain worm. Thanks a lot.
Get your balls out of my dreams and into my... What? No.
Did you just rickroll us?
Maybe. If I did, I'm sorry. I don't know where I live anymore. Also confusing.
We should tell trolls that we can actually hear him. He carried his mic with him, and we can. Hey,
trolls! That wasn't the stream we signed up for.
Yeah, exactly. We totally heard everything.
Go back and wash your hands.
We think you should see a doctor after this.
You're looking a bit flushed, which is ironic because you did.
Ow! Ow!
Yeah, this is going down the pan already.
So, Josh, how you doing?
We stand stern, you bend.
I'm going to copy him now. I can't compete here.
Well, are you trying to say stop, cock?
So now we got to tell trolls that we just did piss jokes the whole time he was gone?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Who gets the pleasure?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Good job. Good job.
Space Quest Pistorian.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's our new nickname. Beloved
it's all about the pistory.
I've got nothing apart from pee jokes. Stay hydrated, everyone.
Yeah. I guess we're here with King's Quest. I suppose everyone could just say what their favorite King's Quest game is. I don't know. That's boring, maybe.
I've only played 2,
probably.
and one he just played was probably my favorite.
6, easy 6.
I might be an outlier. I really like 7. I don't know.
I
why
really like
everybody
7 as
hates
well.
it.
Like,
No.
I know it has a lot of problems, but it's very quotable.
Am I
Very
interrupting?
It's charming. I think it's cute.
You want to talk about being an outlier? I'm still kind of liking 8, even though I'm in the midst of reviewing it.
Ooh. Okay, well,
You're an
that is...
person.
Okay, I'm just going to have to cut in here. Because that is going into some fetish territory I will not... I will not entertain in the slightest.
Liking King's Quest 8 is a whole new level of BDSM.
Yeah. I've
Mask of Eternity.
I have 2 things that I want to bring up before we embark on the lacrimological adventures of King's Quest VII. Almost got that one. First of all is, of course, a reminder that we are doing this for the strangely absent Stephen Alexander. He was on the last stream, so he may have died in the interim. That should not discourage you from donating to what will then become his funeral fund, which is over at bit.ly/stopdyingsteve.
Nice job dying, Steve.
Yeah, we should rename that at some point then. We assume he's not dead yet. So
Immortal Steve.
please go, and if you have bucks to spare, then please throw them at them, because medical bills are insane and they are massively in debt. And I hear there was crying at some point. Not King's Quest VII levels of crying, but perhaps some sad faces. So if you don't...
Hey, she has magical tears. Of course you cry if they can solve puzzles.
Okay, but Steve does not have magical tears. In fact, it seems to make his kidney worse. So please get him to stop doing that and go and donate a bit to Steve. The second thing I wanted to bring up is that no one seems to have commented on my beautiful wizard's attire. That is that I do have a story about, because before the stream started, I was asking my wife just jovially, what should I wear for the stream? And she suggested one of her t-shirts that says, what the hell does it say? Something like Cuddle Bunny or something, which I thought was a fun idea, but I would rip that shirt to shreds. So her next suggestion, then I asked, do you have something wizard-y? And then she went, well, I have that hippie dress. So this is actually one of my wife's dresses I'm wearing right now.
Oh. It's okay. I'm thinking about that old World of Warcraft song, you know, so why, I ask, it doesn't make much sense that a man of my stature should have to wear a dress. You know, the great mage ballad.
I think I missed that one. Somehow. I don't know how. Oh, yeah, I don't play Warcraft. That must be the problem. But yes, so please show some respect for the fabulous attire. Anyway, with your respect,
that looks good.
Thank you, Pickle Dog.
And you also received multiple compliments on your hair in the chat.
Oh, I did. Yes, that is a pretty cool shirt. Says on it.
Of course, the way to say that, the way to put that forward would be to donate money to Steve's Not Dying Fund.
Yes,
the ultimate compliment.
Absolutely, yes.
Stop tie-dyeing trolls.
Continue tie-dyeing trolls.
Stop kidney failure, tie-dye trolls. Yes.
How long can you make these Bitly URLs?
I don't know. Let's find out. Actually, let's give away a game for this. Something that'll make people cry. How about Broken Age? Yeah.
That might do it.
That ought to do it.
It's not that bad.
I didn't say it was bad. I actually enjoyed some of the time.
We're just disappointed.
Yeah.
Look, it's not half bad, and that half is the first half.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, there is a thing there. But you might enjoy your trip through Broken Age. I certainly did enjoy some of it. So if you would like to have a single key for Broken Age, let's see, what platform is that on? What platform? Screw, not platform.
It's on everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of where do you actually? Oh, it's on GOG. If you would like a GOG copy of Broken Age, then answer me this in the chat, please. Tim Schafer, phones you up and says, I need an idea for a sequel for one of my games. Which game and what should it be about? So, of course, you can include Day of the Tentacle and Full Throttle, Grim Fandango, or any of the other games that he's worked on.
Could even have the part of Brutal Legend that people actually wanted to play.
Yeah, exactly. So
that'd be good.
So let's hear any Tim Schafer game, and remember, this has been initiated by Schafer himself. So there is potentially some fun to be had with that whole premise as well. Not giving too much away, but be creative. All right.
Easy one. Purple Tentacle enters the porn industry, the rest writes itself.
Purple Tentacle does a little undercover work.
Oh, God. All right, the Dickless Bride. Wait, no. The Princeless Bride. That was a very hard font to read.
Yep. You see, I'm about the pun in this one. I don't like it, but given that the alternative was Rosella versus the volcano, I think they chose wisely.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was one of the alternate names.
Oh, did
Al? Kind of like by this point, you could sort of see the pun well was getting a bit dry.
Was Al Lowe on that committee? Just wondering, because
I would play an Al Lowe King's Quest game. I think that'd be awesome. Oh no, wait, Torrance Passage, and that was shit. Yeah. But you know, but in theory, like ripping the piss out of King's Quest, that'd be quite fun.
Yeah, I think the problem with Torrance Passage was that it was the game.
Never name a game after your main character's anus.
He did get one thing right. I'll let that sink in for a second. But, you know, he did get one thing right, which was he had the terrible, terrible, terrible maze puzzle designed by his daughter. So nobody can take the piss out of it because it was designed by a child.
I
take the high ground when you're making fun.
I kind of wish that'd be like a running thing. Oh yeah, she designed Leisure Suit Larry 5 as well. She was very precocious.
I can make fun of it, and I will make fun of it. I don't care if a child did it.
There's a phrase about the apple falling far from the tree.
If anyone wants to really make fun of something, make fun of me, because here's a fun fact. Although I knew sort of intellectually that this was not really that much fun, I actually quite enjoyed playing Torrance Passage the first time. Could have something to do with the fact that I was playing it with a friend and we were sort of having fun taking the piss out of it. But
yeah, I don't have that level of fondness. I can't even say that much.
I found Torrance very forgettable. I mean, it's not the worst adventure game by any stretch, but just it's sort of one of those. Why did you make this? You know, it wasn't like kiddie enough to kind of be like a kid coming out. So that's what you're going to start doing. Yeah, it wasn't mature enough to kind of really sort of sit next to like Labyrinth, Never Ending Story. It just sort of it was there, and
Well, it was supposedly a Mrs. Doubtfire kind of thing where the kids could enjoy it, but there was a bunch of jokes that only the adults would get.
Exactly, and I think if
like Leisure Suit Larry,
I think if you remove
any of those fronts,
if you remove
I didn't say it worked. I'm saying that's exactly.
I mean, genuinely, I played Leisure Suit Larry when I was like 8 or so.
Yeah, so did I.
I didn't really understand what was going on, but it was such a cool city.
I've got this worked out. You could vastly improve Torrance Passage. You could in fact make it, I don't know, 30 to 40% better and more enjoyable game
the whole time
by just removing the whole bitter nut sequence. Just get rid of it. Just throw it out.
True. That is absolutely,
and that would be 30% better.
Game. Nah, it would still be a bad game. The bitter nuts made me mad, but the rest of the game made me like undercurrent of anger the whole time I was playing.
Oh shit! Papaya Chemist in the chat just says, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just scrolled up a bit. Yeah, the worst part of Torrance Passage is the whole sitcom bit with the bitter nuts. Yeah, Papaya, absolutely right. Didn't even see that.
The thing about Torrance Passage, I talk a lot about the first experience in a game being like a major, like very important part of the experience for the rest of the game. Oh. The first puzzle in that game is getting that stupid worm from the basket, and you have to click on it 3 times.
Yeah,
and it doesn't give you any feedback that you're supposed to do that. It doesn't give you any indication that you're supposed to do. Like, the first thing you do is try to click on it. It runs away. You think, oh, I probably have to go and find something to get it. No, you just have to click on it a bunch.
Is anybody else have this sort of mental image of somewhere Al Lowe is sort of rubbing his ears and kind of wondering why they're so red?
I hope so. I hope he feels pain. That made me really mad.
I will say Torrance Passage is a game that gets better.
And our next special guest.
No, Torrance Passage is a game that gets better if you stick with it. If you stick with it past... Yeah. With that lovely introduction, let's watch a entirely different style of cartoon. Let's go for the intro.
Let's go for Disney, done by the people who did I Am Me and the CDI Zelda games.
I love animation magic. I don't know why. I love them.
What I can't get over is the fact that Blizzard hired them to do their World of Warcraft.
Yeah, the World of
Warcraft game.
Which actually looks...
They did the programming as well, because that was all kinds of...
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
I mean, it's an unfinished game, so, you have to be kind of fair.
Yeah, but from what I was hearing, it was...
Oh god, they're singing!
Over every single screen.
Yeah.
Well,
what are you doing?
I think it was like Steve Moretzky.
Hang on. Why was she holding someone's liver or spleen or something? Is that supposed to be a rose? Because it just looks like a gory body part.
It's a kidney!
And suddenly I want Doritos.
Ah, she's staring right at me. But yes, World of Warcraft. Steve Moretzky and Bill Roper and a third guy locked themselves in a room and tried to salvage that adventure game and didn't quite get there. They came out with a plan and then they just looked at the code and went, nah, fuck this. This is beyond saving.
Yeah, basically Blizzard just decided it would be worse for them to release it than just to soak up the cost. Which probably to do kicks myself. What I never got about this game is that you're a princess who lives in a literal fantasy world. What are you hoping? What are you hoping to find?
This is why I say Rosella's very flippant.
There's a floating carrot. There's a floating carrot.
To me, it's a nice account.
The other thing which always bugged me about this, sorry, I didn't mean to try is in King's Quest 4, Rosella goes to the other end of the world to save her father, and that is a marker that I would still be cashing in at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like we've got to get married, but what will happen if Dad almost dies again? Will you go, Mother? Will Alexander?
My marker would be, hey, remember that time Dad tried to feed me to a dragon? I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. Dad tried to feed me to a dragon. I don't give a shit.
Alexander's gone. I'm the heir of this kingdom. It's all mine.
Also, my brother's kind of perving at me whenever I turn my back. Can I please just get transported to a different realm?
Just with it, she is the only heir of Daventry at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why would they want her to marry somebody else? That literally leaves you nobody take over the kingdom. Both of it.
There's actually a question there. What happened to everyone else? Did Alexander just kick the bucket in the previous game? Is there a sad ending?
No, he moves to the land of the Green Isles to become its king.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So basically,
so he can just keep coming back over.
So basically, Daventry, it just consists of these two and that flying seahorse.
Yourself lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
The seahorse is from somewhere else.
Graham's still around, but you know.
I like this game a lot, actually, but the characterization of both Valanice and Rosella is just dog shit. It's just terrible. It's just really bad.
That is genuinely why I don't like this game.
I totally understand.
I think Rosella is rubbish. She's an adventurer in her own right. She shouldn't be kind of flouncing around like this. And Valanice deserved a good game.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've never had to actually kind of play a role in anything. And you just spent the entire this going, oh, Rosella, wah, wah, wah. And it's like, no, she should be the badass adventuring queen.
I would love to rewrite this game.
Yeah, I mean, if you get rid of the tears, there's a lot of she's on target. She's always anytime she meets someone, she asks about, have you seen my daughter? Whereas oh, Doritos, I need Doritos. But if Graham spent most of the entire half of the game not mentioning the fact that his entire family was missing.
Yeah.
I will rescue my family, but first I really want that little marionette. I don't know why, but I want it.
Where are you?
I really love that you play a mother and a daughter. I really like the worlds you go to. There's a lot that I really, really like about this game that I wish were in a better game. I wish the story was better.
I just wish it had the same kind of attitude as something like Kyrandia 2. And it's the same. It's the same problem I had with Plundered Hearts, and I really like where they were trying to go with that. But then the actual plot was just, fuck me, why did you do that?
I find Plundered Hearts really charming, but totally. I totally agree.
It's like, can we not have like a badass pirate queen character? I know she doesn't start out as that, but does it really need to be so rapey?
Well, I'll tell you, Plundered Hearts was based on romance novels at the time, and they were all very rapey. Every single one.
I know, but it's just in general. It's like you have this really cool premise, so then it's just the very first puzzle is take off clothes and use them to escape and.
I totally agree. Plundered Hearts is another game that deserves a better game.
I have a question actually, since we do have Josh Mandel in the chat. If he would like to step up to the mic, I would be very interested to hear if he was given reign of a King's Quest game, and not the SCI remake that he wrote and was uncredited for. Just make your own King's Quest game. What would it be like? Where would you take it?
Legend Entertainment.
I have actually never given that a moment's thought.
Really?
The closest... Well, I have always had a love-hate relationship with the King's Quest series. In fact, before I started beta testing, or it was probably right around the time I started beta testing for Sierra, I was writing for the Electronic Gamer, which was CompuServe's online gaming magazine. And I had written a lot of reviews and walkthroughs for them, and they asked me to do like a top 10 and bottom 10 adventure games of the year, and I put King's Quest 4 on both lists.
Oh, that's
understandable.
With good cause, yeah.
This didn't come. This didn't.
I would too.
Didn't come to bite you in the ass at the job interview, or.
Garuka must have known about it because he was a reader of the Electronic Gamer, and I know he read over stuff that I had written for them before he gave his blessing to have me beta test for them. But the closest I came to ever thinking about what I would do with King's Quest was when Roberta said, okay, Josh, find me someone to co-design King's Quest 6 with. I said, could it be Jane Jensen or Gaino Hain? And she said, it can be anyone you want. It can be you.
Hello.
Oh.
Whatever you want, just so long as...
so long as it's not me.
I like that. It can be anyone you want, even you, Jane Jensen.
As he's backing out of the room very slowly.
It was well, I knew I didn't want to do it because not because I didn't want to work with Roberta, but because I really had mixed feelings about the King's Quest series, and I figured if I worked on it, I'd want to take it in a comedic direction, and I doubted that my comedic sense and Roberta's comedic sense would mesh very well.
Yeah, I can actually see that, yeah.
I think the series could have used your kind of humor more personally.
Well, when Lorelei started working on King's Quest 7, I thought, now there's an opportunity to inject some humor into it.
And then she injected crying instead.
No, there is quite a bit of humor about this game. I really like Ooga Booga.
I love Ooga Booga Land.
I like the Mockingbird.
I love.
Oh yeah, the Monkeybird's great.
That whole what's the name of that Falderall? I love that whole Falderall area. Is really cute to me. I like it. I think it's really charming. Maybe people find it annoying, probably, but I think it's cute.
I mean, but yeah, the rest are fine.
I'd say I genuinely think I would have liked King's Quest a lot more if it had more of a sense of humor, because it always it always took itself so seriously, and I always found it annoying. Because I'm not sort of talking about on a like a literal level of like it has no ideas of its own, but everything is stolen and just presented as a new thing, and I always had this sort of sense of couldn't you make something up?
Use the stick.
Why is it? It also struck me like sort of a vampire, effectively. Like your childhood vampire will throw a whole lot of stuff at you which you recognise, and therefore you'll like it.
Oh, vampires, Richard! Vampires, really?
I them a lot. Whereas something like sort of Space Quest, something like Leisure Suit Larry, it took familiar things, but it always had its own spin on it.
Well, let's just interject for a second that Space Quest was originally just designed to be the antithesis to King's Quest, and then they thought, okay, let's stick it in space because we like science fiction more than fantasy. But as from speaking to Scott Murphy at least, his point of his jumping off point was at least let's do something that is entirely opposite of King's Quest.
This reminds me of something that I hadn't actually thought about or remembered in decades, which is that I was trying to push at Sierra a King's Quest parody. My cell line to Ken and Roberta was, look, sooner or later, someone is going to publish a wacky medieval fairy tale comedy. Why shouldn't Sierra make that money instead of somebody else? And why not prove that you can poke fun at yourself? That suggestion, surprisingly, never went anywhere.
Why not prove you can poke fun at yourself to people who basically can't?
Right.
I'm not sure that kind of Ken Williams like appearing in Lefty's Bar kind of counts as I always kind of got through with these games, especially that there is no censorship because that would sort of be beneath the importance of what's going on, and I don't know. I
don't know what this ghost guy wants from me.
Trolls, he wants fresh water.
Oh, water!
Cry at him.
All right, I'll try. In the meantime, I'll go fill up the pot with water.
That's not fresh water. That's all salty.
You got to turn the water fresh before you can drink it.
But there was drippy water in the KV thing.
That's too logical. You have to turn salt water into fresh water.
With magic tears.
Also,
just keep heating up. You'll get back into town.
I have the official hint guide right here.
I have no idea what I'm doing, and you can't enable subtitles in this game either. So I'm at a complete.
It gets around. This is the same 3 screens over and over again.
You need to give him some salt water. If I remember correctly, it's pretty funny.
Oh, so he tells you.
This is by the way, use the tab stick on that prickly pear thing.
Oh, this thing.
I've said it every time we pass by here.
Have you? I have not been listening.
Wow. It's very important to solve the puzzle of the game, but you can literally jump to any chapter you want at will.
Yeah.
Damn, action go.
I'd recommend.
That is the most action that Valanice has had in 5 sequels.
Hey, wait a minute! We are joined, ladies and gentlemen, by the man who looks best with no shirt on, Mr. Grundislav himself, Francisco Gonzalez.
That was Josh McDowell.
Well, Josh also, but we have seen him without a shirt.
Hi, Francisco.
Hey, Francisco.
Hi. Hello. Hi. I was just waiting.
Don't worry, Josh. You're still the best Jaime Lipschitz amongst us, and nobody can take that away from you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're the best non-shirted genie in an adventure game from the 90s in 256 colors. I can't make this.
Wait. Capcom's Aladdin game. I'm not standing for that.
If I were to ever reprise that role with my shirt off, I would say it's a good thing that we have now gone to widescreen.
Aww.
Well, what's it called? If we're going by the unofficial continuation of Silver Lining, they've given actually big pot belly.
Okay. Moving hastily on.
In other words, they've upgraded his graphics to fork.
Yeah.
I would love to hear from. Don't walk away from me, dipshit. Sorry, I was talking to the Desert Goth. Since we now also...
What, you gonna give him bad water?
It's so funny.
Get back here, Odysseus Kent.
Since this part of the game is actually really, really dull and I don't know what's going on, I would love to hear from the game designers in the room. This part. I would love to hear from Rizulka, and I would love to hear from Gruntislav, who seems to have fucked off now, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
And
he said BRB.
Yeah,
He'll be back.
BRB.
Fine. The rest of us will just be sitting here listening.
However, what
I haven't had a word in edgeways all stream.
No, I'm absolutely. Your game is not. Well, actually, you have published games. Anyway, I would love to hear from Mr. Ken Allen, who, if you don't know, actually has designed a game, a Ring World game.
You're gonna die this way.
Am I going to die?
Won.
Yeah, eventually.
Okay, cool.
Everyone is.
Here.
I'm just gonna give him salt water then. Anyway, Mr. Ken Allen, if you were somehow selected to continue the King's Quest saga, or indeed just jump in and fork it off at some point in the continuity, where would you take a King's Quest game? What do you think the series could really use?
Well, I only heard part of Josh's response, so I run the risk of duplicating what he said because my headset died momentarily.
Oh,
but I would have taken it in the direction of the Princess Bride and made it lighthearted and humor and and taken it that route. Yeah, and actually, when who was it? Telltale. They had the license to King's Quest for a while, and I heard and I actually pitched the idea to the head of production over there to make. They had a King's Quest license, but they didn't know what to do with it. So, well, let's go in the direction of Princess Bride, and never heard back. So,
I mean, that's kind of what Activision did when the Odd Gentleman did with their version, which didn't do too well, but I thought it was actually really good. I'd quibble a lot of the design decisions, but they have the same thing. Like Graham is younger, a much more like comedic world. A lot of it is very Princess Bride.
Yeah, I liked a lot about the new one, even though I got really angry about how they treated Rosella in that. It's just basically like, oh god, like like the whole thing that the moment Alexander goes missing, basically.
Yay, he's gone! No more perving on the magic mirror.
Also, quest in the chat, Iavonic says that the Desert Goth here looks an awful lot like Gary Newman, and that didn't really occur to me until that was thrown in there.
I think he would just use Kent from the Freeway Yahtzee games.
Yeah, that also works. Monochrome little bastard. So, fuck it.
That's double racist. You hate blacks and whites.
Oh god.
Okay, so Trolls. Just getting back on the game plot. So you know how you've got your little basket thing? You need to put that on your eye.
All right.
Put the basket on your eye.
And then
basket on your eye.
And now
it's the hose that gets
put
that hideous head of yours, woman.
Now put the lotion in the basket.
Yeah. Now you can actually turn that around.
Oh, there's something. Oh, you pixel hunty little fuck.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
When you turn your basket around, you'll see there's a kernel of corn in there. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. What the corn kernel?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you know how there's that drippy spot? You need to go plant that corn.
Why? Okay, never mind. I don't even want to know.
It's a King's Quest game. You're asking why?
I don't. It's not. That's not. Oh, there, the ground. Okay, I just want to see what happens if I put the
sit on the sofa to solve the crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
I just while you plant the corn, I'm thinking that when we talk about comedy King's Quest games, I've read one of the novels, The Flying Castle, and it's actually genuinely funny. I mean, it's like it's kind of the villain, especially, is great. He's very sarcastic and whimsical. And I spent the entire time going, why couldn't this have been one of the games?
Actually, the comedic elements.
I felt that way about Jane Jensen's Amish murder mysteries after playing Mobius. I was just like, this should have been a game. What?
I quite like the comedic bits that we saw of King's Quest VI, well, especially Josh Mandel's powerhouse performance as the drunk genie. I just like the idea of a genie getting drunk off something completely innocuous like a mint. I think that's the kind of comedy I would like to. That sort of smacks a bit of Terry Pratchett, actually. It just has that sort of whimsical comedy.
Before you go, leave that seat. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm doing the actual.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you missed the clue about how to purify the water.
Did I?
I think he might have missed the clue about everything.
Yeah, I'm missing it. I'm just walking in circles at this point.
I think Chris Uncle's the only one here playing the game.
Can I just maybe sort of can I just skip into one of the later chapters? They've actually got some pretty worlds where this was just a desert.
Yeah.
Go to Fold Roll or somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I'd go check in on what Rosella's doing in chapter 2. Just
screw this chapter.
What she's doing in the meantime.
Actually,
I don't think the Space Quest story has any interest in a valley full of trolls.
Also, again, the first experience in a game is very important, and the first experience they decided to give you in this game with all these interesting worlds is a desert with like 3 screens of anything useful.
Did this thing just purposely quit on me because I wanted to go back and select a different chapter? Oh, you rotten bitch!
Yep.
At least it's not. It doesn't have the original saving scheme. That was a nightmare.
Oh, by the way, can we talk briefly about save games and how important they are, and how this bookmark sequence can go fuck itself?
It's bad.
Who came up with this ingenious idea?
Well, they used it for Phantasmagoria as well.
Yeah, and that can go fuck itself too.
Well, that one too.
And also in Phantasmagoria, you can skip to the end if you want to. It's very weird.
Yeah, but why? Why?
I can't be bothered to. No, I know, as I said, as well in Phantasmagoria.
Sorry,
also, what is that troll doing?
Asking why you would want to skip to the end?
He just turned Rosella into a troll.
Yeah, but then he sort of made a little weird jiggly dance. But anyway,
he's breathing real hard.
It's like an FMV idle animation.
Yeah, but it's too fast.
And can I say this is another reason I don't like this game? Is that it's like you finally get a game with like a female lead, which obviously was not really done in the 90s for the most part. And of course they turn into a troll. And it's like, no, let's not have, Rosella go on another, dignified journey. Let's have a, splash around
I
with a
like
troll.
the design of Troll Rosella.
But she has to become pretty.
I hate her eyes. It kind of looks like she's pulled them down. They've stuck that way.
You have a problem with trolls?
Like she's very tired.
She didn't get much sleep in the vortex. Leave her alone.
That is a hell of a nose.
She took a nap. She'd look better.
Can I say that it actually just reminds me of that scene in Thor Ragnarok where they're going back through the Bifrost to Asgard and they get knocked off course and end up on the junk planet. Oh, in this case, it's the Troll Kingdom.
Oh, let me guess. This douchebag is trying to put a wedding ring on her finger or some shit. I mean, that must be why it's
what Beyonce told him to do.
Not for himself, but yeah, pretty much.
So I
There's a smell you want to
realize there were King's Quest novels.
Yeah, me neither. I just tried to sort of skip that lightly.
No,
at the same time,
they keep shouting my name in this game. Stop doing that, please.
The third King's Quest novel is $8,000 on Amazon.
Jesus.
Yep.
Come on, I did not pay that much for my copy.
For your PDF copy.
And the worst thing is that if you want to kind of look at, you'd be looking at that amount of cash for a book called See No Weevil.
Yeah.
It's
even better.
How long is this cutscene? Dear God. Also, welcome.
No troll.
Adventure Game Geek in the chat.
A troll? I can't believe I'm a troll!
Stop saying my name!
Oh, no, I'm surprised.
I mean, the thing that she's not more concerned about is the fact that her breast just entirely disappeared. It's like my face. Oh, I don't have any of that either.
Apparently, trolls don't.
And keeping looking down, and this is problematic.
Yeah, that just took a turn, didn't it? Oh, a mirror! I wonder if there would be fetishes in it.
I just wanted you to know I'm watching you sleep.
Turn that mirror around.
But no, genuinely, the first King's Quest novel is good. It's well, it's not great, but it's fun. Because it has Alexander, actually having magic. The villain is solid. It actually kind of pretends that Daventry, has more than 2 houses in it.
Yeah, that was a problem with the first couple of games. It's just like Daventry just seems to be, the King Graham family or whatever, just coming in and going, "This is our kingdom now. We're going to build a castle here. There's nothing else here, but it's our kingdom now. Now we'll just wait for everyone to move in, and then we can rule over them."
Castle. This
That's
is our
one thing
field.
that can be said
This
about
is our other field.
King's Quest 7 is that
this land is my land.
Yeah, but there's actually like you actually feel like there's a population in King's Quest 7.
You're trying to steal
Yeah,
Other than the desert, there's actually like you feel like there's enough people. Yeah.
Are there people in this? Because, like you said, the first thing they do is toss you into a desert.
Well, that's the thing, in this one we never go to Daventry. But whereas Mask of Eternity does actually start there, and then you go off to other stupid
And that a
roads.
horrible woman has been snooping around.
Okay, so I see a lot of plot dumping going on right now.
And they have this entire chapter is plot dumping.
you're not.
You finish with her and there's like a sorceress kind of in the bath or something just down the road, and she plot dumps as well. And you know.
And you recommended this chapter because...
Yeah,
I didn't. I recommend going to
I'm blaming you anyway.
I'm going to skip a bunch of this shit because I just want to see a lot of the game, and I can't hear the fucking dialogue anyway. So
this chapter is boring, but if you go into I think the alternate ones after this, then they kind of get better. Because I think Valanice goes to Fauldrol and Rosella goes to Ooga Booga, is it?
Ooga Booga,
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I love
It's so cute. It's such a cute
Question.
world.
Question. Wasn't there a bunch of shit cut out of this game for one reason or another? I seem to remember that if you go looking on the in the resource files on the original disc, there was a bunch of shit that was sort of left out of the game.
Look too stable.
Yeah, I mean it's more stuff was cut out of Lurabo too, but I think apparently there's a scene with King Graham in this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's just gone.
Josh, did they bring you back to voice King Graham in this, and then throw you on the cutting room floor?
Good day,
placement for him.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
And also, while we've got Josh Mandel, what do you think of Christopher Lloyd taking over the role? I mean, does he hold up? I think I might have asked you this in the previous.
I don't.
Did they even ask you?
Yeah, did they even approach the original actor? I think Josh is not listening. Oh, he is.
No, I don't think I was approached. Listen, if I had been approached, I would have said yes. So I guess I wasn't approached.
Oh, okay. I mean, that is a defining role.
I'm sorry, but I'm on Augustine Cord's money now.
Do you think Christopher Lloyd did a passable job, or would you have done it much better?
Oh, there's the villain, by the way.
I didn't play very much of it, so I didn't hear him a lot, but I thought he did fine. You know, I'm no Christopher Lloyd, so...
I mean, he doesn't only play like the dying, incredibly old Graham. It's another guy who plays most of it.
Yeah.
Right.
But buff King Graham is never a thing again. He's always kind of wheedly.
Much to the detriment of the series.
Chapter 3, Graham does squats for 90 solid hours.
Like that part in Leisure Suit Larry 3.
Exactly where I was going. I was saying, like Leisure Suit Larry 3 on a Pentium. You will be pumping iron all out.
I would want to hear Christopher Lloyd give out the most blood-curdling scream he could.
Yes.
So I could compare.
Yeah. We're going to need that. Actually, if there's one thing I've learned from watching old Christopher Lloyd movies from the 80s at least, it is that he does have a very, very good scream. But, I mean, he needs to do it in the proper Daventrean accent, of course.
Like Judge Doom meets King Graham.
Yeah.
Like screaming for half a second before you fall off that one step to your death.
Yeah, so you either want chapter 4 or chapter 5.
Either chapter 4 or 5. Let's go with 5, just to mess with people's heads.
Let's just speed run the game and just be done with it almost immediately.
All right. I'm gonna pick 5. Let's just see what happens. Nightmare in Etheria.
We're gonna have like a half an hour of troubleshooting on King's Quest.
Yeah. Nightmare is basically Tim Burton land.
Okay, so this is not where we want to be.
Well, no, this is Fauldrol, but we can come back to here. When they're done with this, they go to like Ooga Booga.
Well, this definitely does not seem very scary at all.
No, this is the end of like Valanice Adventures in Fauldrol.
All right, well, screw that. Let's try the other one because I've actually heard.
Well, no, the other one actually brings you here. This is it.
Wait, what? The other one brings you here. So we do need to go to chapter 5 or what?
No, so chapter 5 is you get to walk around Folderol, and pretty much get in everywhere. Chapter 4 is you're in Ooga Booga as Rosella.
Okay.
And chapter 5, you go from Folderol to Ooga Booga.
Okay, because I've heard a lot about this Ooga Booga thing, and apparently it's sort of mildly scary. I've seen tweets of people who said that they were scared as children.
Yeah, maybe go to Ooga Booga, because I think it's more evocative. Folderol's, if you can't hear the dialogue of Folderol, it's just pretty. It's not
the best part about Folderol is that there's a character called the Mockingbird who is exactly that. Just a bird that insults you repeatedly whenever you click on it. And
hey, lady, I'm a mockingbird.
And I got the feeling that was sort of like the way that everybody writing it just relaxed at the end of a busy day. Like
grab the shovel, grab the shovel. There you go.
We've written all of like the serious dialogue. Now let's just write the God, I hate you. I want you to die.
I see cemeteries. I see skulls. I'm more at home here than I have been for any of the previous games. Although not quite a lot, but at least it's an improvement. Also, is
King Quest 4 had Dracula's castle.
Never got that far in it. Well, it did have flying bat-winged people who monkeys, whatever.
It's a rip-off of Wizard of Oz.
Yes, that part I got. Thank you, Richard. Thank you.
That's the thing, is that it's just like all of the whole series, except for this one, really, is like just a collection of fairy tales and stuff, like just thrown together. This one actually has like even 6 has like Beauty and the Beast and like it's a little more of a it's a little more of a cohesive world, but it still has those elements of just stuff thrown together. This is like
but again,
worlds that are original.
I kind of agree, but at the same time, I mean, this is Tim Burton world. So
this is not the prime example.
It's more like themes.
I mean, Folderol's kind of similar. It's kind of like we've used up all the fairy tale books. Let's go to the movie rack.
I have a question. Can I interject a question here? You've seen me walk back and forth a bit. I'm looking at this walk cycle, and I want to hear from the ladies in the voice chat.
Bad.
What is up with the fucking American? Is this Daventry's next top model? What is going on?
My feet.
Is she doing the high heel walk without actually wearing high heels?
Why is she doing this? This is an incredibly
shoes also get longer, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, watch her shoulders.
I am.
Her shoulders up.
What is?
I do love the shoulder action. That
It's so weird.
Why is she doing this? Also, she's not in heels, so why is she walking like this? Is this a damaged person?
She's a lady.
Yeah, she's a princess, and that's how princesses walk.
Teaching. Like she had really, really strict etiquette teaching. Like,
are you watching this, Shovel Man? This is how you walk.
This is...
God damn it.
It's not called walking unless your toes hurt like a fucking menace after 3 feet.
They must know you're a queen, by the way.
Just remember, it's not animation mistakes, it's animation magic.
What happened to her face?
I thought you were going to say animation happy accidents.
Is anyone seeing this? What happened to her scrunched up face when she went into that close-up?
Yeah.
Or not even close-up?
I mean, there's some weird things that happen to faces, like, because I've been playing Quest for Glory 4 for my channel, and every now and then, he'll turn to the screen and I'll just be like, cookies, your face has gone really wide.
Oh god. People in the chat are saying I should go visit the Boogeyman.
Yeah,
the Boogeyman will find you.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to mess with Cerberus over here. He just sort of appeared up against the wall. It's going to steer clear of that guy. Dog.
At least this way you don't have to worry about dying. You can die, but you just put right...
Oh my god, I just realized...
You go right back.
That's right. In this scene, Rosella's feet disappear every now and then.
When I first played this game, the desert ghost, whenever he would talk, the section of his mouth that moved when he talked was like a foot away from his face. And it became this like in-joke between me and my sister to like put our hand up like where his mouth was and like use that as the mouth and like, what do you want from me?
That was kind of a...
Alright, and my neck is broken.
If I ever want to make my sister laugh, I put my hand up What do you want from me? And it works every time.
So apparently she cried out her eyes, and
that was enough to...
That's enough to scare Rosella to death.
Yeah.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh, is that him? Oh, he looks adorable. I want to hit him with a hammer.
That's his lair.
There he is.
Hey, baby,
Hello, I'm Gru from Despicable Me before discovering donuts.
Kill her, kill her, kill her, kill her, kill her. And he...
That guy is
did.
bad news.
That guy is bad news.
Oh, you asked so nicely.
Fucking shit.
You're my wife now.
Does he sort of follow you around the game, or is he just on this screen?
Later on, he gets very more aggressive about following you around.
Oh, hello, kitty
More
cat.
aggressive than jumping on you and...
Yeah, that was pretty aggressive. Alright, I'm gonna throw myself in this open grave. Throw myself in the grave. There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Off you go.
Yeah.
And it says, Rosella, rest in peace on the gravestone.
I did that.
I can't believe I did. Well, you almost didn't. I mean, she was wobbling on that edge for a good 45 minutes before tumbling into it. You could have moved.
I don't know what I was thinking of by doing that.
I really miss the good animated deaths like the previous games, where just like you have expired.
Yeah.
At least
I miss
so boring.
I miss the death
Well,
portraits.
right in, you fucked it, could they?
But they could have had some puns. You're like, kind of, well, this is a grave situation.
Oh, there he is again.
What's it called? Like, well, saying things.
Coffin 6.
Bad news.
Yeah,
Wait a
like
minute.
Rosella's saying
You're
things,
a
and I think it's
you're a
couple of
6
those.
feet wonder.
Oh.
Wait, I have a question. Does this guy just pop up randomly, and why did he molest me there without giving me a chance to just sort of run away like I did the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, Troll, have you ever heard of these things called Sierra games?
Oh, right,
They were
right,
quite popular
right,
in the 80s and 90s.
But plot-wise, Militia has enlisted him to make sure that you don't cause trouble. You can actually go off to the right from that scene from The Crying Woman, and you can meet Dr. Godiva.
Oh, okay. Let's go do that. Cerberus scares the shit out of me anyway. Actually, he doesn't, but he has red eyes. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Oh, I've been walking down. Oh, I see. Now.
Labrador.
Let's just examine this scene for a bit here. We were talking about interesting camera angles and composition of scenes and such, and oh my god, a person just flew across my head on a horse. Okay, fine. Anyway, composition of a scene here. This path does not.
He's going to come back and hit you.
Why would you assume that there were 2 exits to this path? That is not good composition of the scene.
No.
I feel.
But on the upside, like, because you went down, I would have assumed that there would be no down, only a right. Based on that.
No, here's what I was thinking. I thought I went right. Turns out I clicked the down arrow. I just didn't notice which way the arrow was pointing. So.
Hey, Bart Simpson monster, get off my lawn.
Got a hell of a laugh though. Alright,
I love how bad these animations are.
No.
They make me so happy.
Okay.
Just screen. That was practically overhead, that angle.
The gate is screaming at me. Is it supposed to be doing that?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Leave it alone, you monster.
Now there's a name to inspire.
Have you seen my brother from Quest for Glory 1?
Also, what am I carrying? What's this butt plug thing? Oh, it's a lantern.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, right the first time.
And a silver pellet. And oh, I'm getting fucked. Oh, here he is again. Run, you dick. Off you go.
But you were talking about the composition. Just look at the interface of it. It's like, do we really need all this space for a giant letter K?
It's so wasted. It's such wasted. UI is so bad.
At least do it widescreen, because then you're not being distracted by it. They might actually be able to have colour on the inventory items.
Okay, I can see why people are getting annoyed or potentially scared by this boogie dude who just keeps showing up out of nowhere. And he
go inside to Dr. Godiva's. He can't get you there.
But anyway,
can he?
Boogeyman shows up,
can't.
lets me walk almost all the way to the exit, and then he molests me.
Hello.
I'm not really.
I'm Rosella of Daventry.
Does this have that thing from Torrance Passage where you can right-click to basically warp to another
No,
spot?
I've tried. It doesn't.
Oh.
And that was why
fun.
why did the doctor just moon me?
Slider.
Hey, that's the other thing about Torrance Passage that I'd like to complain about for a minute here, is when you're going across the screen in the first world, how he flips and flips and doodles and flips and it's like this whole like animation that you can't skip, and it's like, I want to murder him already. I just started this game and I wanted to see him die multiple times.
He's so acrobatic.
Just done for the hell of it, because he does all that kind of flippy shit for the rest of the game. Oh no, hold on.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason for it. He never uses that as a useful thing. It's just flippity floppity flippity flop, and it's like, come on, settle down. You can just jump across.
Very energetic.
It's funny, the one time he does that, lands in quicksand, does the
oh yeah, I like that
pose and then sinks.
And I also like how Boogle is completely uninterested in his well-being. He's just died. He's drowned in peat moss, and Boogle is just like, great jump, asshole.
Yeah.
Look, I've seen the expressions that thing
This
makes.
mouse is my favorite character in the entire game.
He's great. The mouse is great.
Quite a nice coffin.
I wish you were in it more.
The inflating cat from I Have No Mouse on my screen.
Okay, I think I'm about done with this game. What do you guys think?
I think you've seen a good amount.
Yeah, I think I've seen enough.
It's the closest we could possibly come to completing the game on these streams, so yeah, best back out now.
Yeah.
Keep the streak going.
But talk to the mouse before you finish.
No, I did not.
I'm going to point out that we've now seen the story, and the title of the game is The Princeless Bride.
There are a lot of prince.
But she doesn't want to get married. Therefore, the entire name of the game is basically "Suck It Up, Rosella."
And she doesn't even get married at the end anyway. She just starts dating Edgar.
Ooh, spoiler I don't care about.
Yeah.
Right.
And speaking of spoilers, the game which spoiled the whole series.
Yes, but before we get into that, we did have a little competition going. Someone is about to win a copy of Broken Age, a Tim Schafer game that has nothing to do with Sierra. Now, the question that was posed to you, dear people, was, well, Tim Schafer phones you up and says, I need an idea for a sequel for one of my games. Which game and what should it be about? Now let's hand the mic over to our lovely secretary, Gemini, who is not getting sick of that joke at all, is he?
Master Moneypenny, please.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entries.
Ooh, that's a lot. I thought that was a stupid question, so I'm really interested to hear this.
And first off, we got a few that just gave a title, but still kind of cool. Urshka Gold says, Full Throttle 2, Doki Doki Literature Club Edition starring Mo.
Okay.
Yeah, that went places.
Siriar also suggests a Full Throttle title, Full Throttle 2, What Ben Can Do of His Life.
Oh, well, I got existential. Just basically, it's a flashback. He's just recounting his adventures post Full Throttle to his psychiatrist. And
he can take some PO and have a hallucination, and that
Full Throttle 2, Ben buys a van.
Oh, sell out. Okay, next one.
Manalchiba says he suggests a sequel to Psychonauts. It's the cast of friends, and they have powers and are generally dicks to each other.
I would play that.
Yeah.
Well, there is a Psychonauts 2 coming. I wonder if they'll be dicks to each other.
Mega Mike 15 also goes the Full Throttle 2 route. Ben and Mo get back together in an international biker fighting tournament.
International micro fighting tournament?
Biker fighting tournament.
Oh, no, less of the old mine road, please. I mean, I don't hate it as much as everyone else seems to do, but it got a little weird. I mean, you wouldn't base an entire game around it.
Dorinda says Grim Fandango 2 Death Stranding.
Nice. Is that if the train just breaks down?
No, that's actually Summer Beef 76's suggestion. Grim Fandango 2. The train that Manny and Mesha are on to the 9th Underworld breaks down and they have to walk all the way there. Gameplay is Desert Bus style.
I mean, no. I know I shouldn't call out favorites out loud, but that one is in the lead for me, I think.
And lastly, Legatus Spiritus Maximus says a Monkey Island game that retcons Escape from Monkey Island so hard the game literally falls out of the Chrono Stream, never to be seen again.
That is kind of what Tails did.
Oh, I like those two. I think the penultimate one, the one the Desert Bus style one.
I'm so fond of the Friends one. Yeah, the one with Joey's brain or whatever.
A cast of friends, they have powers and are generally dicks to each other.
Yeah, but I've never actually played Psychonauts. So people who have played Psychonauts, please let. I mean, I have it on PS2 and I've seen the intro and run around a bit, but never got very far in it. So
no one told you what was going to be in your brain.
Yeah, I mean, it's. The more I think about it, it is pretty good. But okay, so I think it's a toss up. That one and Desert Buzz Grim Fandango.
Grim Fandango.
Yeah.
Grim fuck it dango. So we're all in agreement on that one?
Yeah, I like that. I thought they were all pretty good. I like the one before the Desert Bus one too. I thought that one was good.
What was that one again?
Before the that was Grim Fandango 2 Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding
I'm leaning towards that one too, yeah.
Is just the idea of like there being throat babies in Grim Fandango. I could get on board with that.
I gotta be
the sheer idea of Hideo Kojima being completely off the leash.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love the idea like Manny sort of showing up like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's just as confused as you are.
Some shit, man.
I gotta be perfect.
Pee themselves first.
I gotta be perfectly honest. I don't get it. Can someone explain it to me?
Death Stranding is the new Hideo Kojima game.
Yeah, the Metal Gear Solid guy.
Oh, that's why I don't know.
The one with the naked Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, and basically nothing else that makes sense so far.
Yeah, throat babies. That's what you need to know. Throat babies.
Okay, I think I've seen the trailer for it actually. The trailer is the one where Guillermo del Toro is running around the sewer with a.
That's the one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen is in it, Danish actor.
Oh, Grundy's back.
Oh, a wild Grundyslav calls me.
Grundyslav.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry for the coming and going, but you know how things are whenever you think something's going to be good and everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We're about to find out. He's about to play King's Quest 8.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah, unless we want to start on the high note of the Easter egg from King's Quest 6.
I want the King's Quest 6 Easter egg.
Oh,
I have to look it up. I don't remember how to do it from memory.
Okay, but we had a competition going. My vote is still on the Desert Bus thing, mainly because I had to have the other one explained to me, and I know it's funny.
That's one a lot.
Right, winner is Summer Bee 76.
Hey,
that's my vote.
All right, I'm putting that down as the winner. Congratulations, Summer! You've won Broken Age, and you're on my Discord server. So just
this will also actually be the split up saying that the winner gets Broken Age Part 1, the loser gets Broken Age Part 2.
Yeah. Sadly, it's all in one piece. So you've both won and lost, Summer. Shit. Oh, yes. Welcome back, Mr. Slav of the Grundys.
Thank you.
And yes, I was told that you knew of a particularly rousing Easter egg in King's Quest 6, and I mean, Rizulka was really selling it. She wouldn't tell me what it actually did.
Oh, you don't? Oh, well then, by all means, load that sucker up and let's do this. And I just found how to do it. So
okay. So we're going.
Is it easy to get to? Like
yeah.
You just walk left from the first scene.
Yeah, basically. No, not left from the.
What?
Well, okay, this is the second scene.
It's on the Isle of the Crown. It's in front of Beauty's house.
Yeah.
Who?
Which is left from the turning.
Yeah. How? Actually. Let me just. I'm looking at the stream here. I'm just curious to see how much the lag is, so we know.
It's about 5 seconds for me.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
Oh, 5 seconds is not. I thought it was like 10 or 20 or something. Okay, so go left into the city.
When are we going to start playing King's Quest 6?
Or just go left from this screen that I'm on.
Go left.
Yeah, go left.
Yeah, go through the archway in the city.
Archway in the
city. So is this the right island where you can literally ruin your life with drugs?
Wow.
Man, this game is
I thought.
I am not.
I think it's the Isle of Crack. It's kind of hard to get.
Well, we
already had the Isle of Penis.
Yeah, we already had Penis Island, so there's got to be a crack there sometime.
Isle of Wonder, Isle of the Beast, Isle of Lucy.
Yeah. So I think we have to wait for Beauty to go back inside.
I don't think that you do, but I think it's funnier if you do because you at least see. Are you playing the CD version, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a pity.
Oh yeah, there you go. So she goes inside. All right. So now, okay. So now you're gonna talk to the gate 3 times.
All right. There's gonna be a little delay there, of course, but I'm talking to. It says squeak.
Yes, of course it's 3 times.
It says squeak again.
Of course.
And
of course it is.
The third time.
Feedback the first time.
Third time coming now.
Squeak.
Okay. Now, if I recall correctly from doing this on the other stream that I did this, there's a bit towards the top left of the screen, one of the palm trees there. Hang on, actually there's a video of how to do it, so let me make sure I know exactly what we're doing here. Alright, so this person has just talked to the gate 3 times. Okay. Oh wow, this is like...
This is super complicated.
This is super complicated.
It is.
It's literally a pixel hunt.
I don't think this one was discovered for a really long time.
Yeah, somebody actually had to dig into the code and...
Jesus.
Okay, so Trolls, your camera is a little bit in obscuring this bit, but if you see on like the top left corner, there's like in the leaves of the palm trees, there's like a brown spot on the very, very, very left hand side. There's like a bit where the sky peeks through the. That's oh, you're moving your camera. Okay, I see that happening now. All right. So there's
that's a bit more than 5 seconds of lag. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair enough. Well, there's a little brown sort of square at the very top left of the screen, and there's like
very top left. Oh, I see it. I see it.
Can I point out Alexander playing with his hairy palms is not an experience new to him.
So there's like little blue section of sky right next to that brown square.
Yeah. Do I poke it?
Hang on. Let me make absolutely sure that that's the right spot from this video here.
Taking pixel hunting to a whole new level with this.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. It's really frightening how
I love
so much.
I love how you're able to communicate this through the medium of just telling me. It's like someone
telling you what to do. I know, right?
It's almost
okay,
like
so
describe.
Apparently, it's that dark spot just below the blue spot.
Okay.
Next to the brown thing.
I see it.
So you want to, yeah. So
would this be a bad time to mention that Trolls is colorblind?
I in fact see the entire world in monochrome. I'm like a virtual boy. I see everything in red and black.
Okay. So you're gonna want to
descended. It never ascended.
You're gonna want to click on that once with the hand.
Probably stupid. Why don't you just send him the link to the video so you can watch it?
No, not gonna do that. This is more fun.
It's funnier if you do it yourself.
Okay, do I click the hand or the talk?
Up, left.
You're gonna click on it once with each icon, once with the hand, once with the talk, and once with the look.
Okay.
Duh.
Am I holding the mouse in the correct spot now?
Maybe. It seems like it. Oh, wait. Yes. As of, like, the video right now, you seem to be, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so click on it once with the hand and once with the
no
speech and then once with the
Hands
eye.
check.
Alexander is...
Yes, okay, yeah, you just put your hands up, and that seems to be the correct spot.
Okay.
Click one time on the pixel if you want it.
It did not work.
Twice on the gate.
What didn't work?
I did it, but it did not work.
There's one more step after that.
Oh my god. Did I? Because I clicked the walk icon and I exited the screen, so I guess...
Alright, well now you have to go back again and do it all over again.
Oh, yay.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Now I actually know where I have to click. So.
Alright. Yeah, so speak to the gate.
This is a lot of effort to put off playing King's Quest 8.
There is no...
Harsh but fair, I say.
I've done the talking to the gate thing and the 3 clicky thing, and I did not walk off screen.
And now talk to the front door.
And out she comes and moons me!
There you go.
Was it worth it?
My God, that was convoluted. Well, there you have it, folks.
There you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Wowie wow.
That's what Easter eggs are for.
Yeah. Well, that was absolutely worth it. Thank you so much, Francisco.
You're
I
welcome.
agree with
Well,
Mike.
don't
It was
thank me.
totally worth it.
Thank whatever Sierra employee animated that and coded it in.
Yeah, and why did they? Josh just rumbled one of the animators and goes. All right.
Now, the same person decided to put in the room of blatantly copyright infringing things into Space Quest.
Isn't there one in King's Quest 4 as well?
Yeah, although the rap in King's Quest 4 is the funny one.
Yeah.
Hey, what the KQQ or whatever it was.
But isn't that only in a very specific version of it?
Yes, version, I think.
Someone in the chat also we did that the last stream. We did the dance in the dungeon thing, which you can do in.
Oh no, this is a different one.
But the rap thing we did that as well. I
did you? I didn't remember that. I don't remember doing that.
I seem to remember we did.
That you tried it, but it didn't work.
Maybe that's what happened. I have blocked most of this from memory. Okay.
The entire rap about how they're overworked and Bert isn't noticing it, and so.
Okay, I'm just gonna start King's Quest 8. I know we have a key to give away and such, but I just want to make sure that I can turn the volume down for this thing because it's very loud, and once it starts in full screen, and I can't do anything about that. So, oh damn it, I missed it. Here we go. I can turn the volume down. There we go, because this thing is very loud, and I have now successfully done so. And now King's Quest 8 is loading because, oh my god. So that's proof that the thing is actually working, and now I've also made sure that everyone can hear you lovely people in the chat moaning and groaning about the fuckery we are about to witness.
Oh, we didn't even get to see the 3D effects logo.
No.
Oh, good morning, Queensland.
I will say, I'm going to say that basically the nicest thing I will ever say about Mask of Eternity. So I remember when Sierra's website at the time had a slight snippet of music from that and a couple from Gabriel Knight 3, and it sounded okay.
Okay.
I'm now done being nice about Mask of Eternity.
Yeah.
You didn't.
I'll be back. I've got to
immediately
feed the cat. Gabriel's decided he needs.
Well, while you feed the cat, I
hungry
can.
catus.
Hungry catus. I like that voice. You should do it more often. Well,
okay.
We are going to give away something nice for Mask of Eternity. Let's see. What should we?
The chance to never play Mask of Eternity.
That might be good.
A GOG code for literally any game but Mask of Eternity, on the understanding you agree to never buy Mask of Eternity.
We actually do have, because if you recall from the last stream that we had a little drawing competition where I said the person with the funniest drawing will win a key to Hero U. And 2 people sent in a drawing, and both of them said, I don't actually want the key, I just wanted to draw a stupid kidney. So they did. So
I was dying for a chance.
Actually, should we have a look at those? I think I can bring them up. Meanwhile, I'm going to finish the story here, which is...
I'm just going to bring up some internal organs.
This is the smart kidney. Shit!
I'm going to load up my email here. So, what we do have is actually we have a key to Hero U left over. And I'm not going to do the whole drawing competition again because with Francisco in the chat, that would be horribly unfair as he is well-known artist. So, who snorted?
Sorry. It wasn't snorting at your art skills, I promise.
Okay.
Listen, I did a shit ton of writing on Hero U, so people should want that key. There's some fun stuff in there.
I didn't think so. I thought there'd be more puns if you'd been involved.
More puns?
I mean, it just seemed like a bit of a self-serious game. I don't know.
There's if you read the reviews, you see that a lot of people complain that there's too many puns in it already. So Corey started off by writing a lot of puns, which I wouldn't have elected to put in the early parts of the game. I put in the puns later in the game.
I think those ones work. I think with my reviewer hat on, I thought that they were fine in the actual game. I just didn't like it when he was sort of sneaking around and in the initial thing. I like everything was punished. Like, kind of, no, take it seriously. Otherwise, I'm not. And then I think when you get into when you get into the castle, it's then fine because then it's more lighthearted. It's school. It's time to lie back a bit and do jokes.
I mean, we kind of have to wonder what these people thought they were signing up for, really.
we had quite a discussion about that because I had the same instinct you did, which is that maybe ease them into the punning bit, not have so much up front. But he said, no, this is a trial by fire for them.
A phrase he is well familiar with, of course, having made a game called Trial by Fire.
Yeah. Exactly. He wanted to have a whole lot of puns right up front to sort of inoculate people to what comes later.
In my opinion, there's no such thing as too many puns.
Yes, I agree, but I think the mistake a lot of people make is the pun has to be targeted. It's the scalpel of humor, and if you just kind of do like billions of them, then they lose their power. A good pun is one which just comes out of nowhere and slaps you in the face.
This is fucking rich coming from a person with a Twitter feed full of puns. But okay,
they're all like scalpels.
Oh,
you have to understand, Richard, that I put in a message for like every sconce. Every
Josh, I played Callahan's. I've literally named a school of game writing after you. I think, like I said, the whole Mandelian design thing, where every single pixel has a pun. Well, I love puns. It's just like I said, just with Hero U, it's that first room, where Sean's not taking it seriously, which bothered me because it's out of context. Whereas, like, so when you have something like, say, Callahan's, it makes perfect sense because everyone's, hanging around a bar and they're kind of, having fun. And, and it's sort of like something with a lot of games where they kind of mistake being snarky for being funny. And you kind of, it's like you can't just sort of, I don't mean you personally, you're greatest. But I mean, it's like a lot of the mistakes when people writing humour is they just throw every gag at the wall. And like the best ones are always where you have to set up. You've got the unexpected element.
Okay, I don't mean to interrupt whatever just went on there. But
what am I looking at? I left for a second. What is this? What am I looking at?
Apparently, Steve Shit has lupus.
Yes,
okay.
The image bottom left was sent in by Manuel Cheaper. And the other one was sent in by Denver Casey. So thank you, both of you. And both of you apparently didn't want the key, but I just thought we would show what Steve's stupid kidney. Yeah, it is.
We'll see you again for Stop Dying Steve 2, Live or Let Die.
Oh!
Scalpel!
Oh! Yeah, that physically hurt, so yeah, scalpel indeed. Anyway, let's give away the key to Hero U. And I didn't actually write anything down for this, so what I'm going to do, because the original idea was the drawing competition, so what I'm going to do now is pit you against Richard Cobbett and his punness. We're going to have, instead of the entire chat voting on this, we are going to have the two punmeisters in the chat, and that would be Steve. Sorry, Richard. Where did Steve come from? Sorry, he's on my mind constantly. No, that would be Richard and Mr.
I'm not saying your puns aren't funny, but a man dying of lupus who isn't even here is funnier than you.
Yes. So I would love for you to make up your Steven's stupid kidney pun. and you will be judged by the inimitable Josh Mandel and Richard Cobbett. So we all clear on that one? I hope Josh doesn't fuck off in the middle of the next game I'm going to play, because that would be bad.
No, I'm here.
Cool. Well, how could you miss out on Mask of Eternity?
No, if we haven't scared him off by now, it's never going to happen.
Yeah. Josh is an awesome. But can I just sing Josh's praise for a second? Because you write the man.
Only if you actually sing it.
Okay. You write the man out of the blue.
At the time, I gotta go.
He replies.
I'm actually just going to sort of briefly interject as well and say something disgustingly nice about Josh. In that I've always said that he was by far the most underrated of the Sierra writers, and most of my favourite jokes from the series ultimately are Josh's. Which is why I was so happy to play Callahan, to kind of have a whole game of that stuff. Stuff like the Space Quest 4 bargain bin and so on. And of course much of the good half of Space Quest 6. So I'm a very big fan of you, sir.
Thank you. I'm very... I'm
sorry. The pause was fantastic.
I should return to being British and mean.
I'm flattered and I'm touched. Thank you.
Stop touching Josh. God damn it.
I got dibs on Josh.
No. Go right ahead.
All right. Speaking of things that touch us in bad ways, should we jump into Mask of Eternity?
May as well.
I guess we've tried to put it off as much as we possibly can.
I think we have.
I'm actually excited because I've never really seen Mask of Eternity.
You're not going to see it very well.
The whole thing when it was new.
Ooh.
Okay. So, be forewarned, of course, that the game runs like absolute dog shit on my computer.
That's just true to the quality at the time, right?
That is just true to the...
It runs like that on my computer, too. It ain't just you.
All right.
That's my pension back in the day as well.
In the spirit of the amount of fuckery we're about to witness, please do go and donate to Stop Dying Steve. That's bit.ly/StopDyingSteve. Because if you don't, I am forced to play this until he stops dying. All right.
And so is Steve. But he's never going to stop dying. We all die.
You know, I'm going to put the combat difficulty on.
The nice thing is after a few minutes of Mask of Eternity, it loses all sting.
Okay, so...
Yeah, you definitely want the combat difficulty on easy, otherwise you are going to have so many mushrooms, Connor's going to be on a permanent acid trip.
Nice!
Oh, you should probably watch the intro.
Connor, the gigantic, blocky polygon stick man.
Who seems to think he's in an Ultima game for some reason.
Oh, replay intro. Yeah, let's do the intro thing. I wonder if it'll actually play.
Yes, one approach to polygons. Or Quake 2 approach to
it's kind of the era of polygons when all it really meant was more than one.
Is it actually trying to play the intro?
The intro is an FMV, so it might choke on that.
If it's anything like mine, it's not going to even be able to play.
It's changing screen resolutions an awful lot.
Yeah, you probably just screwed your computer.
We're just looking at the right now.
Well, thanks, Richard.
Well, I kind of... And it wasn't going to work.
The FMV is now over. We are back to the main menu.
Guessed.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the game running at all is kind of a miracle.
Yeah, you will not believe what I had to go through. Actually, you would. I was just going to check the keyboard bindings.
I mean, just to basically say what's going on. Effectively, the magic mirror activates, and for once, it isn't showing a pretty girl. Shows an evil guy destroying the Mask of Eternity, which goes boom. And then basically everyone is turned to stone, so they wouldn't have to bother writing any dialogue.
Cool. Now I'm going to show.
Yes, stone person, I will save you, or some variation.
Oh god, look at the fucking frame rate on this shit. Oh god.
Wow, this is real slow. Holy shit.
Yeah. Now,
I like how he's made of yellow.
I'd also Daventry's apparently been taken over by a death fog.
Yeah, it's so dark. That's one of the things I hated about this game was how dark it looked.
How do I jump? Oh, Q. Okay.
It does have quite nice music.
You can rebound the keys if you want.
I did. I just forgot what I rebound them to. Okay.
Wait, you chose to have jump be the Q key?
Yeah, because I used to. Oh, there we go. First try. I got him stuck in a wall. This was the first thing I did when I booted this game up and you know, just experimented with it, see if it would actually run. And the first thing I did was, of course, jump against the wall. And he's now stuck on the wall. And
that's my favorite thing to do is try and break a game.
Stop fucking your house, Connor.
Why?
Hashtag stop fucking your house, Connor.
Bicky.com.
If you donate to Stop Dying Steve, we will tell Connor to stop fucking his house.
Unlike The 11th Hour, the sequel to The 11th Guest, in this game, you fuck the house.
The 7th Hour, the sequel to The 11th Guest. Can I fuck with this dude?
Can you get on your roof?
I try.
Well enough? Oh.
I try.
You know, by the way, that you've got terrifying enemies when they require a walking stick and they can still take you.
I did not know that. I'm going to annoy this bird now. If I can get the mouse is really sluggish. I'm going to click on the bird, and the raven just fucks off. And they didn't bother voicing this. Either that or the sound just cut out entirely. I don't know.
Your sound cut out because there is voice acting. I can English.
Be gone, Raven. Let her be.
Yeah, let's have Richard just voice the whole thing instead.
I can do that.
And I wonder what actually happened.
Verily, my house is shite.
Okay, I'm just stealing a bunch
of my dear. Stoned again, I see.
What if I
will steal this? It's mine now.
You know, it's mine. It's in my house, I guess, but I'm stealing it anyway because it makes me feel naughty.
You know, he has to spend the whole game making stone and rock puns.
Best thing about this is that the game is running absolutely terribly, and Richard's commentary is at least 10 seconds delayed, so it also sort of fits. Let's see if I can clip through this. Oh, I can't clip through the shelf.
Perhaps I should find some armor. It would make me feel bolder on my adventure.
Or I shall start. That's good too.
I shall start running through this land of stone. I shall call it being pebble dashed.
That means something else. Don't Google it.
Okay, so
I should go on my adventure, but I'm feeling a bit sedimentary at the moment.
I shall go and save the land right after I've slept in this bed and picked up this pot and played with this fire.
That's a penny arcade joke.
All the members of my kingdom have been turned to stone. Poor us.
Oh god. Okay, since the sound cut out, I'm just gonna restart the game because we definitely need the soundtrack on for this, and I don't know what happened.
Wait, there's a cheat in the game that Connor can be naked just wearing a fig leaf.
Oh, let's definitely do that. Let's definitely do that.
Our next action.
See if I can find it.
Also, he was saying "Be gone, Raven, let her be" for about 4 minutes.
How ironic it is that in a world of people turned to stone, it is Connor who cannot even get his rocks out.
So this is why you're the judge, yes. Oh, please tell me it'll actually run now? Or
I rather admire the ladies of this kingdom now. They've become rather statuesque.
Gabriel
definitely needs to...
Sorry, Gabriel wants in on the action.
the punning action? Or...
No, just being part of the game.
What the papers are.
I may have borked this. I hope. Please start. Please start.
I hope I've borked this.
Oh,
I don't have to play it.
I'm... dang it.
There's a lot of cheats. There's a console. There's console commands, basically.
I like that. See, we do.
And there's a lot of fun sounding ones.
Well, we definitely need to try that.
My favorite cheat is if you press Alt F4 and you immediately win the game.
Where'd the stream go?
Here's a link that has a bunch of, because there's a lot of them.
See, we are now in the...
It worries me that they've spent so much time on making these cheats as opposed to...
fixing the game, making it playable.
I mean, in fairness, it's probably faster to write a cheat than learn how to make a 3D engine.
True.
I may or may not have had to familiarize myself with some of these cheats already.
Well, guys, here's what's happening. Since quitting the game, it refuses to start again. I would assume that I would actually need to reboot my computer for this to work.
Is it like the executable still running, or
maybe go into Task Manager and there's a copy of it still hanging around?
I did look in the task manager. It is not currently running as a process. At least not as far as I can tell. The game tries to start, but then it just hangs when it's trying to reset the screen resolution. So
I had so many more bad rock jokes.
Well,
I was really hoping I was really hoping that we were going to find a storekeeper, so you could go in and sort of see him turn to stone behind us. So I'm guessing your things are on shale.
You know what? I am actually going to reboot my computer. This does mean that the Twitch stream will be split into 2 parts, but I shall be back very shortly so that we can continue with the absolute fuckery that is Mask of Eternity. So let's just call this a little pee break, and
everybody donate.
And everybody go donate to Stop Dying Steve. Now, never say I don't sacrifice my sanity for you lovely people. So, right, I'm going to stop the stream, and I will return in...
Gabriel, get off the computer.
Whenever Gabriel gets off the computer.
It's my turn.
So, we'll see you in just a bit. Be right back.
Oh, wow, I posted even.
All right, I am rebooting now. I've turned off the stream. We'll be back very shortly.
Okay, who's got some